I played that a lot in my teens.
I used to play the DS version way too much.
I played
I-
the
That
heck out
was
of the
fun.
DS Age of Empires.
Oh, bro.
You know how much of a mindfuck it was? I'm like, I would love to play this on PC, and then realizing it's real time, which I'm horrible with.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're
I
great games.
actually-
I just hate real time strategy. It's not
Yes.
my
I-
game.
So
Yes.
I actually
Finally.
when we last left
Oh, yeah.
off, guys, you were in the city state of Orin, an ancient city that is just to the south of the Ozra Gulf, right on the cusp there. Well, it's in the southern portion of the Ozra Gulf, where it's like one of the stops in the pilgrimage for the Divine Light. At least that's what Holly's been telling you. You managed to deal with a situation that involved your Warforged and Pink. Kurt ended up with a new job. Clay has basically taken on a new role as a student in the Enchanters Guild. And the rest of you have gone off shopping. I believe you did spend the night in the fairly new inn. The really, really big one with lots of rooms and a restaurant, a bar. Really big and fancy, overlooking the sea. So, what are you guys doing now?
Time permitting. Sorry, go ahead, Shuttle.
No, go forward, hon. I was just gonna
Yeah.
say she's going shopping. It's not
Well, it's
important.
yeah, once we've gotten the important things out of the way, like I can't remember if Shuttle or sorry, if Aminette wanted to like add on to any of her gear, but Cal would like to attempt to find not necessarily like a store, but any kind of emporium or center of magical knowledge to see about getting getting a couple ritual spells recorded in his book.
Yeah, because Aminette and Caladriel are going around to the stores, right?
Yep.
I think you went and got Kurt because he was kind of done with breakfast and probably had lunch handled.
Cool. Yeah, I have written down that you gave Aminette 20 platinum.
Yeah.
Yep. And a
I
generic
wanted to
list of
join
things.
Sorry.
What'd you say, Lancelot?
I'll say Sir Lancelot was there to just help carry stuff.
That's right. Yeah, I couldn't remember who was all there. Yeah.
Pink's gonna look for 83's hat. He's gonna
Yeah.
look for a hat to try and make it so that means it looks less like a Warforge.
Yeah, I have down. We need to go get magic items, pet feed for Rhinestone, cooking supplies, and then I have a list from Kurt that says spices, cheese, flour, egg.
All right, yeah, I gave you a list.
We need to go to a blacksmith. I am good with the notes, yo.
I am not. I have one that says football on it, and I do not understand.
Random word.
And then I have a blacksmith at a general store, but I don't remember why this is part. I think this might be
I need
fishing.
to go to the blacksmith for my brazier in case I need to resummon my familiar.
But I have down here harpoon and explosives.
Yes, we do need that.
I feel like that was fishing, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
that was
God.
That was, big time fishing.
Talk about
Yeah.
a bait, bitch.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
man.
then I think somebody needed bolts. I think that was crossbow bolts.
Yeah, that was also Kurt. Man,
Yeah.
I think Kurt wasn't really meant to join, but I think Kurt is gonna join.
Just leave work early.
Yeah.
Sorry, boss. I got a thing.
No, Kurt.
I
has
gotta
already-
blow up fish.
Kurt has this thing where he's like, yes, and for the next lunch, for lunch, we're gonna have this and this. I'm gonna prepare this and this and this. But I already have this prepared, so here we are. And then he walks off.
Okay. Well then, if Aminet's, if wait, that's me. If Kurt is coming with, then she will give back his 20 platinum. Unless he wants to keep it towards like party funds.
Yeah, party funds.
Okay,
He's a rich motherfucker and he has a job, so.
cool. Well, that is what we're doing.
But yeah, if with the two of them though, I'm sure they have the general shopping handled. Depending on the time frame we have, Caljo would ask about, he would then try to expand his spell book. Do we have hours, days, or weeks that we're waiting? Net.
Days to weeks. We're not sure.
Okay.
Almanet needs to scry on Megan again to
Okay.
see where they are in their travels. But I feel like the last time she scried, it's only been a day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So-
and you saw her at that point in Glamourpool.
Glamour Pool's where we were, correct?
Yeah.
Way like that's where we landed.
Yeah, that was I believe over a week ago. When a week is 10 days in this world.
Okay.
10 day. Free 10 days.
Oh, we've got some free time.
See it. Party permitting, Caljo would then wander off. He'd worry about his brazier thing and just try to expand his spell list.
Then that would be Lancelot, Kurt, and Aminette going to the store. I don't know what Char.
Snooping.
What?
Snooping on random people.
So everyone who is heading to the store, please, any of the stores, like, general store, blacksmith, you can decide in there which one you're going first, that are going together in a group shopping, please go to second roll 20 group.
I can do that.
Alrighty then.
Would you like me to join as well? Since I'm technically going shopping.
If you're shopping, you go down to the second roll 20 group.
I'm just gonna be in class all day, so I think that's my plan. I need to learn how to be an artificer.
Alright. Okay, shopping group. Where would you like to go first?
The first one I have written down is magic items. Who needed
Alright.
magic items?
We were trying to figure out something just like to prepare for in case of
Pink is with you?
rhinestone.
I mean, technically speaking, I'm looking for a hat.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he was.
And you're not gonna have Clay make one for you?
I mean, if Clay wants to make one for me.
Hey,
Hey.
Amunet,
Yes, Calidor.
do you think Rhinestone could wear a hat?
I mean, why don't you ask Lancelot?
No, that's not what I'm referring to.
Oh,
Aren't there certain pieces of clothing that can enable you to swim or to breathe underwater?
from my understanding, there's like, I think I've heard of like rings being able to breathe and walk on water, but I'm not really skilled on magic items.
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Sure. I'm at 2.0. Come here.
Do I roll as well?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Why don't I know?
even while you said that, even as you asked that question, Caladrel, you suddenly realize, oh wait, that requires attunement. Something like Rhinestone probably is not capable of doing. It requires a bit more, let's say, intelligence in order to attune to an item. It's not simply putting something on or trying to swing a weapon. It requires a certain amount of, a little bit of focus to do so.
You
Yeah,
saying
that-
this?
That's not a question.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I had a stupid thing to say.
Hmm.
Can I say it?
Yeah, fucking say stupid things. I like stupid things.
Well, Gris saying that made me realize that awakened creatures can attune to items.
Yes, they can.
Oh, good God. Is a
But-
tree considered a
Yes,
Sorry, never
it
mind.
is. It's a plant, but it's a plant creature.
Invisible tree.
Oh my God.
Oh god.
If a warforged is considered a creature, then an awakened tree is considered a creature.
Okay,
So
here's
Char is
the
a tree.
question. Here's the question, Tobias. What pun name are you gonna give the invisible tree?
I'll think of one.
Oh God.
This should be fine.
Okay, well, if we can't think of any like magic items other than something that might make Rhinestone breathe underwater, then we need to go to a feed store to get Rhinestone food. Because I can't remember who needed magical items. John C. Jeez.
Oh my
Evil
God.
encouraging him.
Fluffy.
Fucking hell.
Fluffy, that's brilliant. That's great. I love it. Okay, so I guess we're going to a feed store, animal feed store, to get Rhinestone some food.
All right, roll investigation.
Caligel has a couple magic items he's interested in. He'll wander off.
Okay.
Got a window shop.
Are
Okay.
you getting far away from the group?
Yes.
Uh,
Like I'm separating from the group. If you want me to go up top, or
yeah,
just
go
roll
up top
3,
then. I was hoping to get everybody in the same thing, just because if you're shopping, to stick you together. But if you want to go up top, yeah, you can do that.
it's up to you. I'm fine keeping it quick and easy.
As I said, it also means that if you get into trouble, that you won't be able to get any help.
Okay.
So that's up to you.
Oof.
All right. How many days of food do you need?
Well, I mean, 1 ration per day, right?
No, for
Yeah.
for your mount.
Oh.
Talking about for Rhinestone.
I know that Holly told us. I just didn't write it down. I feel like it was a 2-week journey. Can I roll an intelligence check because Aminette has a better memory than the player?
If you're thinking 2-week journey, 2 week is probably what she said.
Okay.
Which means that you will need a 20-day supply. Which
Yes.
when you get to the store, you find is for something the size of Rhinestone will cost you 20 silver, aka 2 gold.
I need to turn. Hold on. I need to turn some people up. I'm having trouble hearing.
So 2 gold for all that for Rhinestone's feed.
Okay.
Up and down, gold.
Okay. Cool.
It says mountain saviors. You should pay for it. That's what he would see it.
Okie doke.
And I'll also just put it on his character sheet so I know how much. Because I've been keeping track of his feed. I know it's not just like 20 feed, but I was putting it for the amount of days. It's easier for me to keep track of.
And mark that as Rhinestone's feed because it would be worth more for something like a size of a horse versus his size. So
I have things on there that says feed for rhinestone, water for rhinestone. I marked it as 20 feed for rhinestone because that's 20 days.
all right.
I figure we can get water closer to when we're leaving because we don't want to go stagnant.
Anything else you guys need from the feed store?
I feel like I asked Char because at one point he had animals, but I think he was good. I think that's it. Yep. I can't think of anything. So next we're going to cooking supplies for Kurt.
All right.
Unless we can see that there's like either a blacksmith or a general store close by.
Make a perception check.
Can I get some assistance on this? Because Ominet sucks.
I mean, same.
I'm saving my high rolls.
Aminette, you kind of like glance around, and you do sort of see nearby a picture of an anvil above a door. You can't really make out the name of it. And you see across the street from the feed store is a most likely a general store because it's called Oron's General. And it appears to be a bit bigger than some of the other buildings in the area. You can also see a bit of smoke lifting up from the direction of the anvil sign.
All right. General goods or blacksmith first, y'all?
Doesn't matter. We're doing both.
It's fair. You have a preference, Lancelot?
Not really.
All right. Let's go to the blacksmith.
All right. As you start approaching the blacksmith, you see two guards wearing their finned helmets and purple tabards, kind of leaving the establishment and heading up the street away from you.
Can we see what they're carrying on their way out, if anything at all, like that they had made or purchased?
Let's see. I want to go with insight on this one. Alright, just Amunet.
I mean,
feel
no.
Alright.
Have a look.
So,
I feel like this one shot would.
But
okay. So, yeah, you didn't really make out much of anything. You just kind of noticed that they were guards.
Yeah, Kurt walks in.
There is a rather upset dwarf standing behind the counter. His cheeks are all puffed up red beyond his normally bushy beard. His hair is sticking up a bit. He's got kind of a scarf tied around his head that's keeping back most of the hair, but what hair you do see is sticking up. And he's just kind of wringing his hands. He kind of gives you a slight glare for a moment as you walk in the door until he takes a look at the fact that you're a dwarf and seems to relax a bit. It's good to see another. What can I do for you?
There's something wrong.
Things have been wrong the last couple of years.
There's something to do with the guards that just left.
Call those types gods. It's an insult to gods. Of course, it's kind of been like that the last few years, ever since those violet storks moved in.
Yeah, these. Well, didn't we find out that these people are not actually town guards? They're more hired mercenaries.
Oh no, well they're the town guards now. They pretty much ran everyone else out and took over the positions. Not that they really protect the common folk, you see.
You're not the town guard because you're in a town and is a guard.
Well, I know you folks ain't from around here. So what can I do for you?
Well, I need some crossbow bolts. What do you guys need?
A harpoon?
Forgot about the harpoon, of course.
Nope, too late. It's mine now.
Ah, shit. Well, alright, then you will be holding it in and I'll be cutting it up.
No, you're gonna be dropping the explosives. I'm not fucking touching that shit.
Alright, I'm a good man. We can find some
Hold up,
explosives.
The dwarf just kind of raises his hands and starts waving them back and forth. I don't think you're gonna be getting any explosives anytime soon. There's
Oh.
well, those in charge, they aren't letting things like that be sold. They've kind of put
Goes up.
what is it called? GM herself is now spacing on the word.
There a ban?
Embargo?
mm,
Restriction?
Restriction sounds about right. It's kind of like what most drugs are.
Oh, illegal.
Not exactly illegal, but like let's
Fun.
call morphine. Let's say the equivalent of morphine.
Regulated.
Regulated. There we go. It's quite regulated. Only certain people are allowed to have it for certain reasons. They don't allow to sell it on the streets.
Right. So where can I find the market that does?
Don't ask me. Don't ask me, pal. We're strictly legal here, as legal as it goes.
I'm sure
And
you
I
are,
don't
I'm
think the
sure
market
you
will
are.
really help you because you see, the ones that used to run the market, they're the ones that are now in charge.
Oh.
Yes, but I'm talking about the other market.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying too, mate.
I know, but there has to be a new other market.
Well, there was until their heads showed up on the gate.
What about a new market?
Like I said, I don't know anything about that. I'm not the one to ask.
Ah, it sounds like you know something.
I don't like the the sharks any more than anyone else, but it's a fantasy accent. They are allowed to mix and match. Come on. But sorry, I lost my train of thought because of Jesse. Poke, poke, poke,
I'm
poke, poke.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Um,
All I heard was like a deep mate sort of
Mate.
noise. And I'm like, bruh.
He's a
You
cultural
kinda
dwarf. What
offended
else can you
you, but-
expect?
True.
so I ain't the type of person to ask about the about such undermarkets. I might not like the violet sharks any more than anyone else, but I'm at least trying to keep my nose as clean as possible. That way they have even less reasons to shake me down.
All right. Well, I guess explosives are off the list then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you being new in town, how about I give you some other advice? They've restricted things like explosives, anything they consider cutting-edge weaponry. But they sell standard weapons. No, they can't get away with that. But, I mean, anything that sounds really cool, that sort of stuff gets taken. Magics, they've been heavily regulating magic. In fact,
What
the
about-
magic school isn't doing too good right now. The
So
Enchanter's
if you
School,
walk in-
they put a lot of money into the Enchanter's Guild. So they're letting the Enchanter's Guild do what the hell they want. I guess they're in with it, but Magic School in general, that ain't doing much at all. They've been funneling money away from that school to the more private concerns.
I have a question for you.
Yes, lass.
Are there any alchemical stores in the area?
Well, there is one down the streets. Well, it's more of a herbalist, but they do some alchemical business. Anything that's not regulated or heavily taxed from the south.
Good to know. Thank you.
Hmm.
God, dear Kurt.
Really?
So, do you have a harpoon and crossbow bolts?
Oh, that I do. Let's see here. I can charge you the normal rate for those. So, let's see. How many crossbow bolts do you want? The standard 10, the standard 20, or do you have another amount in mind?
We'll see. I have 13 left.
Because crossbow bolts are 1 gold for 20, and as for a harpoon will run you approximately 2 gold. Of course, you probably want a launcher with that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, a harpoon launcher on top of that, Because I mean, you could just throw a harpoon really and throw it into the water and reel it back. It's
Yeah, but I mean, it would be nothing less than a fancy javelin.
That's
Let's be
true.
honest.
That's true. It'll cost you another 5 gold to get the launcher as well.
This is a bargain.
Okay. Aminette will pay for the harpoon. So 7 gold.
Here you go, lass. And he kind of pulls out this. It looks like it would put a dwarf's hands better than something bigger. Like it would look tiny in the hands of a Goliath, for example. But it does look like something a bit more complicated than a crossbow, and it kind of fits the harpoon shaft in the middle of it, and springs back and all that. And then there's a long coiled rope that attaches to the end of the harpoon.
Is it held kind of like
And
two-handed, and you have to hold it to the side of the body, like not over your shoulder, but down by your
two-handed,
hip?
yeah. And the rope itself attaches to the very end of the launcher, basically to keep it steady.
Can I trouble you also for an extra harpoon in case we were to like lose one? Not a extra launcher, but an extra actual like.
Well, sure, that's another 2 gold, please.
Okay, yeah, she'll throw down the extra 2 because more than likely one of these is gonna get
Now,
lost.
if you're looking
in
for
something
fishing,
big.
you might want some more tackle. Like I do sell tackle for 1 gold.
Sure, throw some of that in too.
Yeah, I found a better deal than over across yonder at the general store, but I have all these nice metal goods, so I'm allowed to sell that.
I'll buy another set of 20 bolts for 1 gold.
Yes, one gold per 20 bolts. Yes.
All right, I'll do that.
Let's see. So we got bolts, harpoons.
Now, my fellow dwarf, you said that people are not allowed to sell the fine age weaponry, but what do the gods do if they find other people carrying fine weaponry?
Well, right now it seems like when it comes to the outsiders, they keep an eye on them. It's
Right.
pretty much citizens aren't allowed to handle that, and outsiders, well, they get watched.
Oh, on that note, can I see if anybody followed us into the shop? Can Elmanet kind of be like,
Perception check.
interesting. Look out the
I'm not
door.
really doing much. I'm just sitting around. Would I also be able to roll a perception check since I'm
Yeah,
not really doing much?
anybody who wants to can roll a perception check.
No, well,
You glance out the door and you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sir Lancelot does happen to notice that over across the street is, a scruffy-looking man in an ill-kept black beard, just kind of got with his arms folded, just kind of leaning up against a wall, whose focus seems to be towards the shop.
You'll point that out.
Oh,
Probably
God.
more whisper today or 2 or 3.
hey, store owner. Why am I doing that voice? Hey, store owner.
Yes, there.
Do you happen to have any enemies?
What do you ask?
He kind of symbolizes over towards the man, but not like pointing or anything like that.
Well, there's always the town guard.
That's a town guard.
Probably. Got their uniform on to watch outsiders like you.
Warforge? Act human.
Oh, you brought the Warforge with you. Figured you've left it at the hotel.
I mean, I was out searching for a hat. I needed to make sure that it would fit his head at least.
True.
This does not sit right.
No,
That
me
should be
either.
someone you should respect, not fear.
Should I use the harpoon to pull him in here?
We've got to stay here for another week, Kurt. I don't know if that's a good idea.
All right.
Though I enjoy your I don't know.
Practicality.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even have to walk on over.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have to cross the street. We'd make him do it.
It would be quite expedient, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I need the stats on this harpoon because I might throw away.
Oh god.
Swansea does not like this.
I was gonna ask you, storekeeper. What if you're into selling?
My name's Oberyn, by the way. Oberyn.
Storekeeper Oberyn, blacksmith extraordinaire.
Thank you.
If I were in the possession of a weapon that people might take an interest to, would I be able to sell it for a nice sum of money?
What sort of weapon?
Well, I usually just use it to cut pancakes, but and pulls out the pancake sword.
Oh, that's why we were going to a magic
He
shop.
stares at it.
Mm.
That looks like excellent craftsmanship. And he comes
I
out
got it from a king.
He gets it from behind the counter and reaches a hand up to stroke it. It is quite lovely, and you say you've cut pancakes with it.
Oh, I can do other things, and I speak the command word and make the sword fly around the room, swinging at enemies that are not there.
The shopkeeper backs up and puts his hands up on that. I would say put that away. I don't think the town guards are going to quite like that, and if I get caught with something like that, they might put me in jail.
For having a weapon.
For having an unlicensed magical thing that's quite like that. They have a heavy tax on such things.
Oh.
I have a heavy back blow.
This sounds like extortion.
Yeah, but they're the ones in charge, so what are you gonna do?
Seems like
Revolution?
they've taken over the place and are squeezing every cent they can from everything. Good to know.
Yeah, they got voted in a few years ago.
Voted in.
He nods. Yep. They spread a bunch of money around to many of the guilds, and the guilds, well, they kind of put the leader of the violent sharks in charge, allowing them to become the head magistrate.
No, I believe you misspoke. That's buying somebody's allegiance. That's not a vote.
Well, chancellor. Sorry, I meant to say chancellor.
No.
There has to be a way to get them out of that.
Well, in your own words, we're gonna be here for a week. Let's not start something up, shall we?
No, they don't start something with us. Inhabit impede our.
I mean, if they're gonna be all about licensing and stuff, they have to be warned. I do have a license to ask them.
This is true.
Oh god.
Maybe this is your calling, Kurt. Burn it all to the ground.
My good man, where is the seat of the government?
Fucking hell.
Roll a persuasion check.
Face palming at this point.
Well, and he describes a set of buildings somewhere to the center. Somewhere to the northern part of town. Not far from where you're actually staying in your hotel, actually, but away from the dock districts. That seems to be a bit more walled off. That has some grand buildings, and finally a seat of the capital that seems to be sitting there that he talks about. And it's all in old Milam Empire style.
I used to imagine Kurt walking up with a torch lit towards the guards and just go, "I'm coming through, I have a license," just showing the piece of paper and walking through.
It seems to be made of all old stone and whatnot. Not very combustible.
Well, I have a way to make it burn.
Oh my.
An old trick we used down in the mine on rocks that wouldn't budge when we didn't have explosives. A bunch of pig fat.
Oh god.
I imagine lard would catch fire quite nicely.
Yep.
And it would crack stone and make it all crumble.
Hmm. And smell like bacon.
Ooh.
Oh no, the lard does not smell like bacon.
Oh no.
Bacon, bacon,
Oh,
bacon,
it smells
bacon.
quite horrid, actually.
Oh, never mind
I
then.
made bacon for breakfast, so I'm thinking of bacon.
I'm hungry. God damn it.
Well, I suppose there's not much else we could do. If someone else in the group might have better use of the pancake sword, as I call it, maybe someone else could use it. It is a very fantastic blade, but
But Kurt,
Hmm?
your pancake sword.
I know, but I haven't eaten pancakes in a while.
Well, we should remedy that then.
That is true. Perhaps on
Anyway.
the boat.
Should I buy some pancake mix today?
Oh my god.
So,
I haven't
well,
made pancakes in ages.
I made pancakes 2 weeks ago.
Lucky.
Who's
So,
gonna carry the harpoon launcher?
so while you guys are in here talking to this guy, I am going to bring Gemini Storm and go to where he's going.
Okay.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello.
So where were you heading when you separated from the group?
Like what I said in my whisper in Roll20, because I don't want to take too much time from the rest of the group. Cauldron and supplies so I can resummon my familiar if need be.
As I said, what sort of place are you heading for?
I believe a blacksmith or some kind of general goods store will be the best place for the brazier.
Okay, the rest of the party is currently in the blacksmithy, so you didn't walk away from them. You to go there because they actually are there, which is why I was recommending you stay with them. But if you're going to the general goods store, they're not currently there, so I'll bring you into the general goods store. How about that?
Cool.
You had walked into Oran's General before the rest of your party was haggling over was picking up feed at the feed store, which is pretty much right across the street from the feed store actually, and it's got a lot of shelves of various general goods. They even have a small supply of like arrows and bolts and the like, along with some very basic traveling clothes and accessories. A red-haired woman comes out from behind the counter and smiles warmly at you. Hello, sir. What can I do for you today?
Just to confirm, because it's been a minute, is this morning or afternoon at this point?
It's morning. Well, no, sorry, wait. It's noon.
Noon, okay.
Something around there. I forgot about all the time that was being spent with the cooking with Kurt cooking breakfast.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's closer to noon at that point.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I was looking for some supplies before we travel within the next couple days. I have a bit of a dangerous line of work, and my familiar here points at Carrie on my shoulder.
Ah,
In case she falls into any sort of harm, I'm looking for supplies to bring her back. Do you have any kind of... I know you're not a magic store by any means, but do you have any kind of incense
it's a
or
good thing
herbs
I'm not a magic store. That'd be shut down right now if I was. She laughs.
You would?
Oh, yeah, yes, magic stores have been, heavily regulated the last couple of years. It's, really difficult for any of them to stay open. Pretty much most of the magical supplies have been heading out to the Enchanters Guild. A few still get to the magic school, but, other than that, it's very difficult for a civilian to come in off the street and buy anything from a magic store. So, they've all been shutting down.
Hate to hear it.
But you did say something about incense. I think I can help you there. Incense is not regulated, so I can do that for you. And she goes over to one wall. There's a bunch of canisters. This one, I believe, and she points at one of them that seems to be good for bringing back magical creatures.
I would definitely appreciate that.
All right. How many would you like to buy?
Not for 2 or 3. I'm unsure of what kind of territory we're going into.
I
Let's
guess
go with
that
2.
makes sense. 2, and she kind of looks at that. One second.
Good. The spell is 10 gold.
Yeah, I know. I already looked it up before you said that.
Yeah.
So that'll be about 20 gold. And you said you don't have a brazier? Is that what I heard?
I do not. I'm debating whether I need to go to a blacksmith or really where to go next.
Well, I imagine a blacksmith could make one for you. It depends on what kind of brazier you need.
Just really big enough for the ceremony. I don't think it needs to be anything that could light a room.
Well, that's good.
I'm guessing probably just a little bit bigger than a torch sconce. I'll figure it out. Either way, thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Oh, actually, one very quick question. You mentioned an enchanter's guild and that magical stores have been having a very tough time staying open. Do you know if the enchanter's guild provides any kind of service or material?
Well, if you're a member of the Enchantress Guild, they do. But I believe you have to be a member.
I'll keep that in mind, but thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, you're most welcome. You as well. Are you heading to the blacksmith now?
Yeah, I'll head to the blacksmith.
All right.
Or I guess I'll bump into them.
Mm-hmm. So, as you guys, consider, you've just finished you're playing with the dancing sword, and are talking together. The door swings open, and in steps Caladriel.
Hey,
Long time no see.
Not
any
really.
luck?
I was able to find some materials to bring Carrie back should the worst happen, but from what I've heard, we might be hard pressed to find anything magical.
That's what I was just telling this folks.
Yeah, almost everything goes to the Enchanters Guild, and they really only provide to members.
Well, welcome to the shop. What can I do for you, sir? And you see, it's a typical dwarf male. He's got a rag wrapped around his head, but his hair is kind of sticking up. His beard's a bit frazzled.
I'm looking for a brazier or some sort of sconce to where, should the worst happen to my familiar here come into harm, I can bring her back.
I believe it specifically needs a brass brazier, if I'm not mistaken. And he
so.
heads over to a small display where there's a couple of brass-looking items there. This might do, and he holds one up for you. You could probably put it in your back quite easily.
That would do perfectly. Doesn't have the weight of steel or iron.
Oh, yes, exactly. That's probably why all you magi types use them.
Yeah, what's the damage?
Let's see. This... he thinks for a moment. I believe this would be about 2 gold.
Alright, I'll take it happily.
Oh, all right, folks. Are you buying anything else, or trying to ask me more questions, or are you heading out?
We're just loitering.
Loitering. Great.
No. I actually need a couple more things. Do you have some charcoal, by chance?
Me no. You can probably get some charcoal across over that way at the general store.
Okay.
Yeah, she's wonderful, by the way.
Oh.
That's where I got
And
the materials for me.
Oh, okay. What was her name?
And we actually never introduced ourselves. We
yeah,
kept it brief.
Her name's Jem.
Jem. And
Jem.
what's your name, good dwarf?
Oh, I'm Auburn. Didn't I say that? Auburn Stonehammer.
Auburn Stonehammer. Well, Auburn, thanks for doing business with us, and we'll be in touch.
Good. Well, good luck, especially if after those guards saw you wielding a dancing sword. They might be more interested in you now.
Oh, well. Yeah, I'll show my sword dancing skills to them.
Hey, Auburn, I have a quick question for you. Also,
Yes?
name is Galadriel.
Oh, hello, Caladrel.
To your knowledge, would the Enchantress Guild be willing to sell to outsiders with any markup? Or is it pretty much insiders only?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what you're looking, I suppose. They've been focusing all their magical talents on those weird, moving things. I think they're trying to work on some kind of defensive mechanicals or something like that. That's what I've been hearing, anyway. I know that some of my fellows in the Blacksmiths Guild have been working on bits and pieces for them. You know, the actual metal stuff.
It's an honest living.
I suppose.
But thank you for answering my questions. I hope you have a wonderful day. Where'd you from here, Amonette? Lancelot?
To the general store. And as they walk out, very under the breath and casually, like, Amonette will just put an arm around Caladriel, like they're just buddy and just, you know, friends walking together. And she's going to say under her breath, "We have a tail. Just be mindful."
What's
So
it look
to
like?
before they leave, actually, hold on one second. Can I do this? Let me see. Before they leave, out of sight of the door from anybody who's watching, she will cast Minor Illusion.
Alright, do a sleight of hand. What's your minor illusion of?
The face of the man. I don't know if I can do it with Minor Illusion. It says
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Yeah, so just in her hand. I mean, she's saying out of sight of the door. So, I mean, she doesn't care if the dwarf sees.
Okay.
She just doesn't want to the
That
guy
can go
outside
outside
to
on the
see.
street.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure
Not
where
doing it out in the street.
Wasn't sure where you were putting this. So.
Yes, out of sight of the door or anybody who could see from the outside.
Got
she
it.
will just create the image of what Lancelot, of the guy with the bushy beard that Lancelot pointed out to them.
I think I said scruffy beard.
Oh.
I don't
You know how my memory is.
I also might have accidentally said bushy beard when I meant to say scruffy beard. I do that
Might
too.
have been scruffy.
Or the dwarf has a bushy beard.
Okay. Scruffy beard. To the general store then, and she'll snap it out before they leave.
Amonette, I need you to do me a favor. I can keep an eye on our tail, hopefully in a way he won't notice, but I'm going to need you to guide me. I'm going to look through Carrie's eyes.
All right. Then I'm just going to keep my arm around you. Are you okay with that?
Yep. And Caladriel will kind of slump his head forward and kind of close his eyes, and Carrie will fly off out the door as we leave. And try to keep an eye out for that face.
Amonette's going to
roll perception advantage.
do that.
Owl perception or my perception?
Owl perception.
Shit, I forgot to pull up the owl thing before I started. Sorry.
Carrie's an owl now?
Yes, when I brought her back as an owl.
Cool.
Because I forgot owls existed, and I like owls.
I like owls.
You forgot owls existed. That's like the funniest thing I've heard.
You know, sometimes you just forget animals.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Right, I don't have the token for the owl.
Yeah, I got that.
Thank you.
So, Carrie sees the man immediately, as he seems to be following you guys at a distance and keeping you in sight as you head to the general store.
Alrighty. And when we go in, I'll keep Carrie within the distance range, but she'll just kind of like land on a rooftop and kind of keep an eye on him.
Okay. And well, you don't hear this because, of course, you're in your owl at the moment. But everyone else here is like saying, "Oh!" She's a red-haired woman come over and say, "Oh, you're back again already. Are these your friends?"
He uses
Pardon.
nothing with his head bowed.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of an ailment, narcolepsy.
Oh.
He just fell asleep for a second. Don't mind him. Hi, your name is Jem, right?
Yes, Jem. Pleased to meet you.
Aminette, nice to meet you as well. Need to throw a little bit of coin your way. Getting
Pleased
ready
to hear
for a
it.
voyage. Do you have any charcoal?
A voyage? You're heading down south?
To be fair, I don't know where we're going. Somewhere out in the waters. I'm not guiding the expedition.
She stiffens up a bit. Oh.
What?
Yes, no ships have been able to leave for a month now. At least not without
good.
not without being part of the Violet Sharks. They haven't let anybody from the north come in. They've been keeping the waters blockaded ever since refugees started coming down.
Wait, what was stopping?
The Violet Sharks. The guards.
Oh, right, that's their name.
Right. Well,
in that case, I don't need to buy a good stock of those ingredients for later, because if we're not going to be leaving them, they're probably going to be rotten by the time that we leave.
good
Might as well
point.
buy that later.
I'm still buying some charcoal. Yeah, charcoal if you have it.
Oh, of course I do. How much charcoal do you need? Do you just need one thing of charcoal, or do you need some more? What can I get for you?
Well, let's see. How much for 1 unit? Or how about like a bucket's worth?
Oh, let me see here. Hold on, I'm trying to see if there's a specific price listed for charcoal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think it just shows up in the, in the, components pouch thing, and nowhere
Yeah.
else.
Like with Find Familiar, it just says 10 gold of XYZ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I am going to put it at a specific price and say, okay, only one piece of charcoal is a copper. So a bucket's worth. Let's see, 10 pieces, 100 pieces. Yeah, basically, one piece is 1 copper. So, however much you want to spend on the charcoal.
A bucket will probably be 3 silver worth.
Yeah.
For the copper.
Are you okay with that? 3 silver for a bucket? That would be 30.
30 pieces of charcoal, I can do that for you.
Okay.
Do you have a bucket for me to put in?
No, I have a... Do you have a sack I could have? Or a barrel?
No, but
Firkin?
but a sack only costs an extra copper, so 3 silver and
You didn't
a
bring your
copper.
own sack. That's not very environmental of you.
It's a reusable sack.
I'm gonna be using the sack, Kurt. Trust me.
All right.
Perfect. 3 silver down.
Yeah, 3 silver, 1 copper.
Yeah. Just doing math. Okay. Okay, and I'm just gonna put bag of charcoal 30. Okay, yeah, I don't think we'll need the other things if that's the case. Good old Auburn said that there was a alchemical shop somewhere down the line here. Do you know how close it is?
Well, it's down the street, the street a ways. It's
I mean, by
well,
chance you don't have sulfur, do you?
uh, no, I'm afraid not. I've got charcoal. I've got a few other things. I
Okay.
don't have any sulfur.
Okay. Just running some tests and wanted to. Yeah. I'll
Are
go
you
check
making
out.
gunpowder? Out of character. Are you making gunpowder?
Quiet! Yes. Yes. Because out of character, gunpowder is regulated by this mafia. So she's got charcoal, she's going to go get sulfur, and then she's going to go to a butcher and get some goddamn saltpeter, and she's going to make some goddamn gunpowder.
Fun powder.
Fun powder, gunpowder.
Fun
We need to go
powder.
fishing, damn it. And actually, more than likely, we're going to need to blow up some guards. It's fine.
I'm trying to think of how much to charge you for sulfur.
Yeah.
But
If we're gonna
what
go
I
to
need
butcher,
is a 5th edition. Because I don't know how much sulfur costs in the real world. I have my
I don't know.
my sliding scale for how much things cost, like based on how much I think a copper is worth. But I don't know how much certain things cost in the real world, and therefore I have a much harder time figuring out how much this should cost in a fantasy world.
Well, the economy could be completely different in the magical world, and gold
Exactly.
could be worth nothing.
This is true, but sulfur is a much more rare thing, I imagine. It's not as likely to find it.
It's like a byproduct.
But I would imagine that it would be in a lot of like base alchemy kits
It's
for
like-
different like tests and
Tinder,
stuff.
tinder.
I hate to be the one to do that.
Sulfur is in a tinderbox, isn't it?
I hate to be the one to do that, but bringing up Critical Role. Remember that one character Matthew Mercer made? The
Fuck
crazy
yeah!
man who had all of the things that he thought no one wanted, but
Yeah.
he thought maybe
Victor.
someone would buy it. Yeah, Victor would. Someone
I know,
would buy it at some point.
I loved Victor. Victor was awesome.
Yeah, so, there's always going to be some idiot collecting
Yeah.
shiny rocks.
I know, and gunpowder, and bales, not knowing what to do with it.
Oh, there's powder over here that no one wants.
That blew up my fingers. Yes.
Yes.
It's like, oh dear, you just have it everywhere. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that too, because all I could think of is the scene with the hog's head.
Mm-hmm. But yes, Caladriel, out of character. Aminet is making gunpowder because apparently this town, the guards, the quote-unquote guards, were actually the old black market that basically bought their way into leadership. And so they've regulated everything on the market.
That's great.
Yes.
Burn down the government.
We're going to burn down the government is what's going to happen.
Jem is actually
Jesus
taking a
Christ.
few steps back from you at this point, just kind of.
This is,
Surprise.
I said out of character at
Out
the
of
beginning of my
character, out of
statement.
character.
Out of character.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
I wouldn't
thought I
have-
heard people reacting in character with that one.
No.
So
I straight up said out of character multiple times before I said that.
Well, also, she's not actually
Fucking-
talking to me. This is me out of character because
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
Why is it most of our games we always go to Revolution half the time?
it's called D&D.
Because their race fits every head. That's a hat you're gonna buy for your robot.
Yay.
Oh, don't encourage him. You shouldn't have a prey.
A very important question. This town or this city that we're looking to have breakdown and revolt. They're working on making Warforged or automatons, right?
The Enchanter's Guild. You seem to be
Yeah.
aware of this, yeah.
So does that mean if we can turn them against the government, it would be the Rent Revolution?
Oh my god.
No. I was just about to type it in chat. I would say it's an industrial revolution.
Eh. Why can't we have both?
Oh god.
But back in character, Aminet would say thank you. Does anybody else need anything from Jem?
Oh, I think I actually might have a table for that in my Pinterest somewhere.
No, don't think there's anything that Kurt is looking to buy. All of the things they have in stores are usually boring, except for a harpoon gun, which is amazing.
Yeah, you notice, Caladriel, that he's holding this really weird contraption that almost looks a bit like a crossbow, but a strange big crossbow, but there's something quite off about it, and there's a string attached to whatever the weird bolt is that's in it.
I don't think we've decided on who's carrying it.
I thought you were carrying it.
Well, I thought the shuttle said that Aminette was gonna have it and Kurt was gonna be flinging the explosives.
Okay, then you see it on Amunet then.
I'm okay with Kurt having to have harpoon if he wants it, because I think it'd be adorable because it's probably as big as he is.
It was made by a dwarf.
It's made for a dwarf.
Almanet will buy the harpoon for Kurt. That's fine.
Kurt is gonna put.
She gets a backup though.
Yeah, Kurt is putting crossbow back in like his backpack, and is not going to be using harpoon instead.
Oh my god.
Because yes, I need the stats on that thing later, but not until we're gonna be in a fight.
I mean, let's
do
be
we ever
real.
get into a fight?
No, we never do.
And when do we expect to be in a fight, really? It just kind of happens.
When I walk up to a guard and say that I have a license to arson.
Yeah, and we have a motherfucker tailing us. You might as well get the stats now. To be fair.
Oh, and I'd like to point out though, we have to be careful even just keeping our eyes out, because last time someone had their eyes out, they got their eyes shot out.
Listen,
We fixed that.
we fixed it. You fixed it.
It's a good thing that I didn't witness this though.
I felt bad.
Okay, for the record, I feel like this is in character too. For the record,
Well, remember, he can't hear you right now.
oh
Yeah, this
good
is
point.
all out of character.
Yeah, out of character. I forgot you've got narcolepsy on my shoulder. For the record, he threatened the goddamn party. Why is everybody getting on my ass about this shit?
When
Because
none of the
reaction is
party
funny.
no one felt threatened.
I was itching to get in a fight.
What are you gonna do?
It's been a while.
Dude goes, I'm gonna beat you up. And you're like, die.
Yeah.
If you didn't stab or shoot him, I would have gonna stab him. So
Oh, boy.
Thank you. Thank you, Lancelot.
you know,
And you did make
Lancelot-
all of those ogres run away. So
Mm.
Yeah. See, Aminette and Lancelot watching out for the party. No fuckers are gonna die.
It's not that I have a problem with it, it's that your reaction is hilarious.
What? You threaten her? She's like, okay, well, I have a solution for that.
Defensive about it when I'm just poking fun.
Oh God. Fine, I'll shut up.
Okay. Any update on the owl?
no, the guy is just kind of watching casually at the store.
So he is clearly tailing the space.
Yes.
What would happen if we followed him while he was following us?
We would walk in
That's not quite how
circles.
that works.
Or rather, we would walk up to each other and just stare at each other menacingly across the street.
I mean, that is a way to end a tale, though, if you just go up to them and just fuck with them.
Or you could always just cut the tail.
Yeah. Oh, so you want me to shoot him in the head? Got it.
Oh no.
I can do that.
Way to make him bolt.
Hey.
So what now? What do we do?
Well, I need a couple of things from other places, but I'm not comfortable grabbing the rest of the supplies I need in case. I don't know. Maybe we should. I need 2 more things for our thing. Kurt. But I'm curious to see if even those are regulated. I don't want to bring more attention to us in case we have to deal with a larger situation.
Well, I mean, if we buy all of what we need right now and then deal with the...
And yeah, that would work, by the way, thing. You got it for much cheaper than this costs it.
I told you it was a bargain. I had a gut feeling. I got the dwarf discount.
Yes, you did.
Half price.
So you didn't get short
Half price.
What was I thinking? No. Why don't we just buy everything you need, and if that guy over there thinks it looks suspicious, we'll deal with him, and then no one knows.
Fine. Alright. Thanks, Jim. And she'll go to the alchemy store and try to get some sulfur to refill her kit. And then she'll lead to a butcher to try to get saltpeter. For preserving meat, is what she's gonna say.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Nope.
This is
It
true.
is not wrong.
Because it is a preserving agent. Okay, so you guys head down the streets and you see the herbalism store that you guys were pointed out to as a suggestion of where you might find alchemy supplies. You see a lot of dried leaves and flowers and stuff hanging in bundles in the window. You see many jars filled with exotic roots and what looked like something crushed. Sometimes even things that are minerally crushed in there, along with a few mortars and retorts on a shelf. And behind the counter is a tiefling woman with light purple skin and twinkling eyes. Hello there. What brings you to my shop today?
Needing to re-up my kit. Dabble in a bit of testing here and there from walking around, and I'm on some supplies.
All right. So I take it you're looking for more chemicals than herbs today?
Yes. Possibly some more vials as well, if you have.
Well, I can definitely help you out with some vials. Let's see. I can sell you vials for 1 gold apiece. What sort of materials are you looking for?
Well, I need some just base alcohol for just distilling and different tests that I run. So high proof alcohol.
That shouldn't be too hard.
Some sulfur if you have it.
All right.
And then also
how much sulfur?
I'm trying to think.
Out of character, the real question is, do you want small boom or big boom?
So for the alcohol, that would be 2 silver.
Okay.
Each vial that you want is a single gold. How much sulfur are you looking to buy?
Well, how much for a How much for a pound?
Let's see. For a pound, I am willing to sell that for 5 silver.
Okay. Let's do 10 vials. Let me put
Okay,
this
that's
down.
10 gold.
Taking that out. For the alcohol, you said it was 2 silver.
2 silver for. Oh, sorry. 2 silver for a gallon of alcohol.
Oh, nice. Okay, she'll slide that over, and then she will do. Let's do 4 pounds of sulfur.
All right. And that was 5 silver, I believe, for each pound.
Yeah. So
So 5
2
silver
gold.
for that. So 2 gold with that. All right.
6, 8, 9, 10 gold. Okay. Sorry, I'm converting platinum and everything. Okay,
That's
so
okay. So that's
4
one
pounds.
That's 1 platinum then.
Yeah. So 4 sulfur pounds, 1 gallon of alcohol. Okay, and then she got 10 vials. Brings it up. She has 14. Okay. Cool. She kind of like looks through her alchemy kit. She's going to do she's going to actually be nice for cuz I imagine she's still holding up Caladriel.
Oh, Caladriel can still. Well, Caladriel can still stand. He just. I'm not immediately present in my surroundings. Like,
Yeah,
you could
but
shake me out of it, but I can't see or hear.
Yeah. So,
So, in other words, it's like being in surround sound VR, not realizing there's somebody standing next to you until they touch
Yep.
you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so Amanet's going to tap Caladriel.
Okay. I'll pop back into my own head with the introductory.
Take the VR headset off and look around.
Sorry to bother. Do you need anything for your alchemy set, hun?
At the moment, I don't. With everything that's been going on, I don't think I'll really have enough time to properly study.
Okay. Well, this
But thank
lovely lady here had quite a selection I wanted to check, but you can do your thing. I think that will be it, actually. Does anybody need anything else here?
I don't think they sell hats here.
There are hats back at the general store.
Oh, I don't think I was here when you guys went there.
Like, you weren't here as the player, consciously?
What?
We literally
okay?
were just there.
Are you okay, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm just actually getting kind of tired.
What time is it for you again?
It's 6:43 a.m.
And he hasn't slept yet.
And he hasn't slept yet, yeah.
And I took the I woke up yesterday at a decent time, like fucking I think I woke up at 9. And I took the stuff at around 9 p.m. So
Yeah, you
So
should,
you're-
probably,
pretty much
you should probably get
Yeah.
some sleep, dude.
Yep. Go get.
should.
What do you want, though?
I'm just
kind-
looking for a hat to make him look less robotic. But my intelligence isn't that high, so he thinks that a hat might work.
Do you think like what kind of hat do you want? Do you want a sun hat? Do you want
He was more
a
thinking of a top hat.
top hat? So fancy dapper boy. Got it.
Going back to Critical Role, all I can think of right now is that scene in episode 90.
A dapper scrapper, if you will.
Could be.
Attempting disguise a construct.
Guys.
At least 83 can talk. And 83 is a reversed, though.
Yay.
If you need sleep, Jesse, get some sleep.
I think
Agreed.
I might do that. I mean, we're gonna be ending in like what, 2 hours?
Uh,
Are you going to be awake in 2 hours, though?
No, definitely
No, you
not.
should get some sleep, because we got another game tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to be there for that one.
Yeah.
go sleep. We'll get you a top hat.
Yay! Thank you.
Yep, he'll be a dapper scrapper by the time we're done with him.
I'm also gonna teach 83 how to do the patty cake thing. Patty cake, bake
Patty cake?
as fat.
Mhm.
Bake me a cake as fast as you can. But instead of cake, it's pancake.
Well, then you ask Kurt that.
Anyway, catch you guys later. Sorry for cutting it short.
No worries.
I'll
Rest
talk
up.
to you guys tomorrow.
Mhm.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Sorry.
Can we pop back over and get a top hat for 83?
Yeah, sure. It costs a gold.
Okay. Aminette will pay for that. And can you put that on his sheet? Actually, does he have a fucking gold? Because he can pay for it.
Send him a message saying that he spent
will.
a gold. Yeah.
I will do that. Top hat acquired. 1 gold.
Achievement unlocked.
Achievement unlocked.
1G. And you know what the achievement's called? Next time, get your own damn hat.
um. Okay. And then she'll go to the butcher and get some saltpeter, and then and I think that's it for us, because we're not gonna get all the rest of the
All
stuff
right.
because we're stranded.
I'd like to attempt to like to go to the Enchanters Guild to see if there's anything necessary, like anything that we find as a necessity that we can get, even if it's at any kind of markup.
So the party's heading back to the Enchanters Guild?
I would like to. Whether or not the group wants to is up to them.
We'll just, if y'all want to go to the Enchanters Guild, I will just go to the butcher by myself. That's fine.
Well, I'm okay going to the butcher with you as well. With a tail,
okay.
I don't want people going alone.
Kurt is going to the butcher.
We can go butcher first and then Enchanters Guild.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Then we'll do that.
All right. So I figured you were just glossing over the butcher saying you were just buying salt, peat. and
Yeah,
then
I mean, we don't have to
finding
RP it out. She's just buying that.
Finding, yeah, that's why I was like going. What are you guys doing after the thing? And he said Enchanters Guild. So I was wondering who was going with him to the Enchanters
Oh, okay. Then yeah. How much do I mark off for the saltpeter then?
Guild. Probably 1 silver.
Okay. So we go there then.
Hooray!
Hooray! I have shit to make gunpowder. Woohoo!
Does your character know how to make gunpowder?
I would imagine that would be a check of some sort. I don't know. She might explode herself in the process. It's fine. For science. She aspires to be Percival. It's fine. But she will probably end up like Victor.
Blowing off a finger or two. won't Queer be happy with that?
So we go to the Enchanters Guild.
Yeah.
And you see its familiar door, the cog symbol nearby. Kurt, you were just here this morning.
Yep.
Where within this place you think I should go that I might actually be able to get something?
I check the main man's office if you're gonna take something.
Does the place have a front desk?
No, it is a front door that's locked.
How are you gonna do this?
Well, I was hoping that, considering it's a guild, that have some sort of person at the front that could, provide information.
No, you're gonna have to make an appointment. I'm sorry.
All right, can you go make an appointment for me?
No, I'm already chef.
Well,
Hold on. And I kind of go and have I been receiving a key for employees to enter, or?
No, but you were let in when you knocked on the door last time.
Alright, so Kurt walks over and knocks on the door.
There's a bit of a pause, and then the front slats kind of open up,
Kurt, Jeff.
and some sort of red light sparkles out. It seems to be looking you over. After which the door opens, revealing one of those mechanicals.
Ah, it's one of the useless things. Kurt walks in and closes the door behind him.
There's no one else in, huh?
Opens the slot. You're gonna have to make an appointment.
Really, Kurt.
Opens the slot again. I could lose my job, you know.
Oh my god. Let us
Closes.
the fuck in!
Don't make me call the town guard.
Tilts head to the side. Really?
I'm having way too much fun. Opens the door.
Oh my.
Don't cause too much trouble. I'm gonna go see the kitchen. I'm gonna remove some of their machinery. You know.
Tell us not to cause trouble, and you're the one going through destroying machinery.
No, I'm the chef. I'm just attending to my workplace.
Right.
Besides, I do not need a machine to do the work for me.
This is true.
Alright, and with that, we're going to take a 5-minute break so I can use the restroom and get water and such.
Should we move on to the... No, Quentin... Rick aren't over there. Where's Quentin?
hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Is everyone still alive?
Hello.
No, we lost.
Yes. So
I'm-
someone may die soon.
Yeah.
What?
You don't? I mean,
Did someone get arrested?
No.
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Give us time.
Yeah, I need a little bit of time. I gotta make something. Then,
We'll get
Maybe.
arrested.
What?
I gotta use
maybe.
what I make. We gotta come up with a game plan to destroy the government, and then we'll be fine.
What?
Aren't
We go shopping and come back. We're destroying the government, boys!
Yeah.
Aren't we technically working for the government?
Kinda.
No.
I'm only the chef.
Yeah, Tobias, fucking. Oh
What
my god.
happened? What? Why
Listen,
would
listen.
you
You go shopping and then you come back a rebel, right?
Why
Yep.
would you want to destroy the government?
Remember the 5th
There was
of
a sale on
November.
berets.
Yeah, sale on berets. We just felt inspired.
You know what? Fuck the government. Let's go throw it over. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Remember,
Oh,
there's always
God.
a reason for everything we do.
Is there?
Yes.
What is that reason, Fluffy?
Well, remember, Sir Lancelot's a very good individual,
He is.
and if he's on board for this, there's got to be a good reason.
This is very true.
I mean,
yes.
let's
The gut
just
feeling.
say, let's just talk about there's got to be a reason, because I don't think it's a good reason with this party 90% of the time.
I'm sure of that.
I think you would be quite surprised by the reasoning behind it. And you would be very wrong.
Hmm.
I think so.
We'll see. I just want to be an artificer. That's all I'm caring.
I just want to be an artificer. I want to tinker, damn it.
Look,
I want
look.
to tinker.
Do all of you want to get magical items or not?
Yeah, see about that.
Yeah, we are not allowed.
We're
What
not
do you mean
allowed.
you're not
Yeah,
allowed?
you'll find. Yeah, so everything's
Yeah, you
regulated.
will talk uprising too as soon.
Yeah, you'll be on board here in a second.
What? You know, I can make magic items on the down low. I don't give a crap about.
Yeah, and then they'll regulate you, and they'll probably shove you in a room where you make them specifically for them, and they're taxed and regulated. I'm just saying.
Making their enforcement officers these
like-
these freaking mechanicals.
Do those boys
regulated?
do they even? Why do they can't even arrest me? They can't even catch me. Okay, and even if they put me in a jail cell, I'll be out in like no time.
About that.
About that.
You're underestimating the power of Clay, the miracle worker.
Yeah,
You wanna-
underestimating
you wanna-
my power. It's
you
over,
wanna-
Anakin.
Here's the fun thing I just thought of. You know, if only they knew how to deal with magic users.
Mm-hmm.
We say as we're standing in an enchanter's guild.
You think I'm a magic user? I'm a rogue first.
If only they had some way of dealing with a rogue. Oh,
Yeah,
I
they
know.
don't. There's nothing that can deal with rogues.
Right,
If only
wow.
they had an enchanter's guild capable of magically guarding their locks from lockpicking. Oh no!
Yeah, but I have spells to de-spell the spell. And then I have
Can you
lockpicking.
de-spell the spell?
But no one makes a countermeasure against a chef.
No one would ever make that. Rogues are magical users.
Yes,
So
I
what you're
will now
saying
present
is-
my new D&D class, the chef.
The
Hey,
whole
I
class
Not
is
play the-
rogues.
Hey, Shuttle.
the
Huh.
whole rogue
If
class
we
is
ever need
based
to
on.
assassinate anybody, sorry, Clay, real quick.
Uh.
If we ever have to assassinate anybody, can you think of a way to bleach gunpowder?
Why do we even have
Kurt
gunpowder?
makes
Not yet.
Not yet. I gotta make some.
Oh
Kurt
no!
I have all the
prepares
supplies.
Oh no!
a creme brulee, puts quote unquote powdered sugar on it. Then we torch it, and all of a sudden there's a flash. And
It's a
the
birthday
the
cake.
victim is dead.
So I would
think you're gonna
imagine
leave
that
a
the
lot
no,
of
I love this
gunpowder.
plan. No, this is great. No, this is great.
Happy birthday.
So I would imagine that the gunpowder gets its black color from the charcoal. So if you had a way to bleach the charcoal, then the
pepper.
gunpowder I think would be
It's
white.
pepper.
Pepper.
Have
You
a
know,
pepper bun, you bastard.
Well, okay, no. Think about it this way. Oh, you might not even have to bleach it. If you do a creme brulee, there's usually vanilla bean in it, right? Vanilla bean comes in little itty bitty black like speckles. If you
Do you-
actually have
Mhm.
made anything with straight vanilla bean,
Mhm.
so I don't think you need to bleach it. I think Boom Creme Brulee is a great fucking idea to destroy the Enchanters Guild.
One
What?
tiny problem though, like
What?
the amount of gunpowder you need to make an actual explosion to kill someone is pretty
Magic.
big.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't perhaps kill them, but they would be distracted if their jaws unhinged.
I mean, you say that, but there are people who close wounds with gunpowder, so you're
This-
gonna need a lot of it.
I think if I don't fuck up, which let's be real, that ain't gonna happen. But if I don't fuck up, I probably have enough to make a firkin's worth of gunpowder with all the supplies I got. And for those that don't know what a firkin is, it is a small barrel.
It's a freaking small barrel.
Yeah,
It's a
like,
firkin.
a small barrel is enough to kill someone,
I
but the
thought-
amount
I thought
you can
that was
put
that
into a
person that
crab
likes to be
grenade
online.
is like 2 grams. 2 grams of gunpowder is not gonna do that much. Yeah,
No, but it's here. Where's a firkin?
I'm pretty
Here's
sure
a firkin.
Fucking.
like a barrel would do something.
Well,
like-
that's where it's what they usually age some really nice beers in. It's smaller barrels. Here we go.
I have an idea.
Did we
Yeah.
forget to mention that he's going up against others of his kind?
What happened?
I think we forgot to
Oh,
mention
that would be enough to kill the table of people.
He's got 4 goddamn pounds of sulfur. Sulfur don't weigh that much.
Hey there.
Hello!
Hello.
We're
I
talking
have not
about
left.
murder.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry. We've been talking about blowing people up.
Oh god.
It's been an explosive discussion.
You do know we could just steal explosives from the goblins we met earlier.
They're very far away.
Yeah, sometimes it feels better when you make it your own. Homemade is always better.
Personal touch.
Oh, I did that personal touch.
I'll be right back. I mean,
Oh, and Kurt got the harpoon launcher now because fishing.
Cool.
Now, Grace,
Yes?
I just thought about it for a second. This harpoon launcher, should it have a limit on how far it can pull a creature? Because it can be fired up to 60 feet, and if it can it reel in a creature 60 feet in one turn?
Does the stat say that it can hit a creature from 60 feet at one turn?
It does. It has a range of 45 to 60.
I imagine you can pull it the same amount of feet as anything that you can pull with your pull speed. Which is, I believe, depending on your strength, if you're strong enough to pull it, that it's half your movement speed. Is that correct?
Oh, all right. So, okay. So this the
So
stats
you
on this
can-
thing goes
so-
after a automatic
Yeah.
kind of reel-in function, rather than me pulling the rope on my own.
The one that you bought does not have the automatic function, which is probably where you save the money.
All right. So then the stats on that thing was incorrect.
The stats on that thing for attack would be correct, but the stats for pulling is not.
All right. So I'm gonna just have to rewrite that thing. All right. How can I pull it?
Sorry, I mainly looked at the attack stats and went, yeah, that sounds
no.
right. The pulling stats I completely forgot because this does not have an automatic cranking system.
Did you guys make a flying
Okay.
crocodile catcher?
Perhaps.
I have yet to see a flying crocodile. Or do you
not
mean a
very
dragon?
friendly.
I mean-
yeah, dragon.
Push, drag, lift, carrying, size, strength.
You'll not be able to actually pull something that's quite that big. However, you could launch it at, say, a dragon or a giant and go along for a ride by holding on to the harpoon launcher, because the harpoon launcher would then count as a you can actually use the harpoon launcher if you wanted to, like a semi-grappling hook. It just doesn't have its own recharge thing. You can use it as a way of holding on to something and then automatically wind, or find a way of tinkering in a automatic winder thing for it.
So what you're saying is we need an artificer.
It actually does seem that way, yes.
I mean,
Oh my
he can
god.
cast enlarge reduce on himself as soon as he hits the dragon, and that way he could hold it down, probably.
Possibly.
Well, that would increase my. So. let's
That
see
would
here.
double your carrying capacity if you enlarge. It also doubles your weight, so
Hold on.
technically
I'm very
it quadruples your weight. Actually, I think.
So,
I have a very serious question.
30, it's
Yes?
500.
Oh,
Okay.
If Clay were to put that automatic mechanism on this harpoon, would it actually be genuine? Because I'm scared it wouldn't be the real deal.
What are we talking about here?
A reeling mechanism on the harpoon.
Ah, thank you.
I saw a pun setup, and
I am sorry. I couldn't. My brain did not. My brain sometimes doesn't. My brain sometimes, even though I hear things in complete, English.
Yeah.
English is the only language I speak. It translates in my brain to the physical object that's being spoken of. At which point, I can no longer understand similes.
Yeah.
So, Gris, there is no set mechanic in this game that translates how much you can carry into how far you can pull it.
I'm not thinking about how far you can pull it. How much can you lift?
540 pounds.
Okay, and we recognize that you're capable of dragging another person, but it takes half your speed. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So by that estimation, I would say you'd be able to double your carry. You'd be able to drag double your carrying at half your movement. How's that sound?
I don't quite understand.
Uh,
What I'm asking about is how if I stand still, if I shoot someone and I want to reel them in,
yeah, you could
would I
drag.
reel them in half my movement?
Yes. Though of course they on their turn can try to move out. Can try to move away from that or dislodge the harpoon. So, and they still get their full movement speed, I believe.
Do they get their full movement speed? Because it's technically a grapple, isn't it?
But it's not a restraint.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it doesn't go.
That's a
Yeah,
good
this is more
point.
complicated, maybe.
grapple still stops movement, right?
If they're grappled by the harpoon, they would probably also move at half their movement speed.
Because they have a spear lodged in them.
It's their spear lodged in them. It's not restricting the movement of their arms and legs. Therefore, they are capable of pulling, pulling them, trying to anchor themselves somewhere, like pulling their arms and legs through something else. At which point,
Perhaps-
the harpoon potentially drags through their body and causes massive damage.
Yeah, perhaps it could be they can use a action at their end of their turn to say, get themselves free. And
Yeah.
if they can't get themselves free, then they can't move any further away from me.
Right.
It's
So they have their
There
full
is
movement like
also-
inside.
There's also the concern that they might be able to destroy the rope because it is only
Oh
a
yeah,
rope
it's
they're
in
attached
the
to.
it's in the thing.
Yeah.
just make it a chain.
It is a rope. He already bought
Yeah.
it as a rope, but he can replace it with a chain.
Yeah,
Are you gonna rule
It would
it
have to be
similar
a
to the
very, it'd
net?
have to be a very thin chain though, in order to fit through the launching hole.
If it's a thin
Yeah,
chain,
or-
it wouldn't make a difference. It's basically just a DC 15 dexterity or strength
You can make it out
check using a slashing weapon specifically.
Yeah, I mean, which one is the light, mithril or adamantium? Because you could make it out of one of those two, because one of those two is lighter, which would make the chain lighter and stronger, technically speaking.
Mithril's lighter. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is getting out of hand complicated, so I think we might have to just.
Us complicate things? Pfft, never.
Yeah, no, the statistics of this.
What
weapon
it's
is
really
getting out of
useful
hand.
for is to grabbing somebody that is only a couple squares away from you and dragging them over to restrain them. That's or like to pull them into an area where they can't get out of because it would cause attacks of opportunity. That
Reeling in is a bonus action according to this ruling.
So that would be quite useful for that. It's not necessarily all that useful for somebody 60 feet away, unless you're dragging them a bit just to drag them a bit closer or towards allies or into a hazard like a lava pit, a sand pit, water that they can't breathe or deal with
terrain.
well with. Yeah.
Off a roof.
Yeah, exactly. Those sort of things are where are where the sort of weapon would be great for. On a flat ground, trying to launch a harpoon at somebody is not as useful because they can just pull themselves away from it
Yeah.
by the next turn and cut the rope. So
Yeah, okay. I just don't know how to formulate it in the text. But if you're saying that it's depending on my movement, how far I can move them when I'm standing still.
how far you can drag somebody under normal circumstances. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that would be 12 feet.
And we can round that to 50, up to 15.
All right.
But I'm just giving you suggestions as to where that sort of stuff can come in handy. And yes, off a roof is definitely a good way to use your 60 feet, because if you yank somebody free off of a roof, they are going to continue to fall regardless if you're reeling it in or not.
Can he attach a grappling hook on the front and use it as like a grappling hook?
I already said that he could use the harpoon
Okay.
as a much larger version of a grappling hook, which means it
Okay.
has certain things that won't attach as well to like a grappling hook, and it requires it to be anchored in something rather than pulling around like a grappling hook. But it can be used like a grappling hook in other from other perspectives. Are we all together now?
I think.
I'm here.
Aminette?
Shuttle?
I see Aminette back.
Yep.
Storm?
Quinton?
I think we're all back.
I'm
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
And I see you talking, Tobias. You've been talking this entire time.
No, I'm not.
Okay, Will the gnome who pretends to be a man named Tobias.
Well, Tobias is my alter ego. I'm always Will.
You know what to say. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hey, we had that a couple of weeks ago.
You have to meet Will sometime, Gemini. That's Will is just something you need to meet.
Another victim to annoy.
Yes,
You'll meet him, but you won't see him.
that's true.
We've already met her, actually. Multiple occasions. You did have an interesting things in your pocket.
Well, Kurt, you might run into some of one of his characters actually NPC'd at some point. Who knows? So you guys are now back in the Enchanters Guild. I don't know where Char is, but I'm letting Char stay in here so he doesn't have to be alone in another group. But Quentin, you've been studying the books that you've been given. Your research partner Drell, I believe. You've been hanging out in the library, and you're suddenly hearing Kurt's voice down the hall again.
Oh no. I just keep my head in the books, pretending like I don't hear him.
Just
I
hide.
need to study. I don't know how long I have before the other people arrive. I need to learn.
Well, Kurt's going to the kitchen. He's got work to do. Got better things to do.
What are the rest of you doing?
But he's going to be pointing out, oh, by the way, the class is over there. Probably in session.
Aminette's probably. She's not really interested in the magic items, but I mean, she might follow Caladriel just to get information, just to look around, I guess, to whoever he's gonna talk to. And
Where's the mechanical that answered the door?
It is rolling back into a closet.
I'll knock on the closet door.
How polite.
No answer.
I'll knock on the front door.
From the inside or the out?
From the inside. Trying to trigger it.
No answer.
I will open the closet door.
Alright, you open the closet door and the mechanical is just sitting there, inert.
Are you able to schedule appointments with anyone?
No response.
Well, closes the door.
Kurt,
I need to
Kurt
go
kind
find
of looks
someone
up
to
and
talk
goes, those things are useless. Don't bother with them.
I will attempt to make my way back to the office. The guy we spoke with last time.
Alright, roll an investigation.
All right. Does anyone else remember where this place is?
Almanac will throw in on that.
It was meant to be normal, but it didn't matter.
If anyone asks, it was one of those useless things that let you in, not me.
Okay, Caladriel and Aminette both roll me a 1d10.
Oh boy.
And say high or low.
Hi.
Hi. Hey!
Hey. That's
Alright,
pretty good.
you stick together. What are you trying to find exactly? The office, or are you attempting to find people to talk to?
I am trying to find people, but if I can, I want to prioritize that office to see if I can find the man that seems to be in charge.
Okay. So, what you do is you eventually stumble upon a room. It appears to be a lab space. There are about 4 students in this room, 2 to a table. And they seem to be working with small gems and a lot of little complicated instruments. One of them is holding a gem in their hands and seems to be focusing on it, and it glows as they hold it.
I'll just kind of loudly clear my throat. Like to get attention in a non-obtrusive way, since they're clearly concentrating.
Roll persuasion.
Aww.
They all ignore you in favor of concentrating on their work.
And there's no one else in the room, just the 4 students?
The 4 students, all gnomes, they're busy staring. Sorry, they're busy working with these gems. One of them has a small notebook that they keep looking back and forth between that and the gem that they're working with.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go to the next room. I know how frustrating it can be to have someone nagging you during your studies.
Alright. Aminette, what about you? What's your plan of action?
She's just following.
Okay. And what are, let's see, Kurt? I know what Kurt's doing. Oh, yeah, Pink went back to the hotel. So Char, what have you been doing this entire time?
Just is eavesdropping on random people.
Oh, that's right. That was what you were doing. All right. So while they search through the through the Enchanters Guild, I am going to do that. Okay. So, roll me an investigation check. Okay. So as you spend some time, eavesdropping on people, walking this way and that, occasionally leaning against a wall, you start recognizing a bit of a pattern. Something that, just walking around the city, you might not have noticed right away, but overhearing people, you're definitely getting a handle on it. This newer regime, the violet shark, the people in the purple tabards and finned helmets, known as the violet sharks, rose to power basically by paying up their way through giving lots of financial support to the various guilds who had a vote, and they voted in the leader of the violet sharks. You've heard rumors that before this, the Violet Sharks essentially ran the underground and were reported to be pirates. and now they control Orin. They have been essentially supporting the various guilds to keep themselves in power. They have been giving money to certain big projects that draw in tourism, such as the major hotel that you guys are staying at. But they've been taking away money from various forms of education, from any support to local business, basically people that don't belong to a guild outright. Basically anybody that doesn't belong to the Merchants Guild is getting cut out of any support for their business, and taxes keep going up on them. The more wealthy and affluent members of the society are essentially building more lavish houses and throwing big parties to curry favor with the not as lavish but kind of important movers and shakers in the city. Like, a lot of the guild bosses that aren't rich themselves are getting invited to rich parties for with rich people up in a more affluent section of the city, which seems to be has heavier patrols of these types, but they seem to be more focused on keeping out the riffraff rather than actually stopping. They're not stopping the rich people from doing terrible things. Is basically what's going on there.
Yeah.
While they try to keep an eye on and somewhat protect visitors, they don't do much for the lower class and the people that aren't affiliated with the major guilds. A lot of general people seem to be either being shaken down or left to rot. Recently, as in the last month, there has been a blockade up to the north, basically keeping out refugee ships from the Scarlet Imperium. Some people from the Imperium have been trying to make it over the mountains, but this side of the mountains, this section of the mountains by the Azure Gulf is incredibly dangerous. There's said to be clans of fire newts and antisocial, very violent clans of orcs that live along those areas. And they have essentially been doing whatever they can to do to damage the refugees, and of course it's just as dangerous to go the long way, and most people don't necessarily come out to Orin after that. They don't seem to have much of a problem as much with the refugees who make it, actually make it into the the center gates, but they're not letting anybody come in by sea. That's what's going on. You've also heard that because of this, the majority of ship traffic has been stopped, except for shipments. That getting a ship or renting a ship will be nearly impossible unless you are a member of the Violet Sharks. They're essentially controlling the docks at this moment. So that's pretty much the information you've been hearing through whispers and people talking throughout town.
Okay. Cool.
Is there anything else?
Nothing else. He's just wandering around, keeping eyes and ears open, just gathering random piece of information.
Alright. For that, I would like you to roll one more investigation.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be it.
Alright.
Oh, hello.
Alright. So,
Hello.
eventually, the two of you, Immunet and Caladrill, finally find the gnome guild leader's office. And he kind of looks up from his paperwork and glowers at you. What are you doing in here?
Sorry to bother you. if you're busy, I'm fine scheduling an appointment. I was looking to enlist either services or possibly equipment
you
if he's available.
you were with that elf who had the Warforged, weren't you?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember his voice. It's been a little while.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Oh, that was it. I said yes. But I've been told you within the guild you guys really only deal with each other, but we're possibly going into some dangerous territory in the next week or so, and I'm looking to gear up as best as we can if your services are available.
And why are you asking me exactly?
Because with everything going on, most of the magic stores are shut down, and you're the best source of information I could think to go to.
Well, there is that. As I think I mentioned this before to one of your companions, I can't remember which one. Might have even been you, but I don't remember, and clearly you don't either if I'm talking to you about this. That it will take some time to enchant anything. It's not something you can do overnight.
Understandable.
Usually it takes a few weeks.
Okay. Still, I will keep it in mind in case the time comes up and we have those funds available. I appreciate the information, though.
Alright, now, why are you in my guild house?
Because I was looking for information and equipment, and
No.
unfortunately there was no front desk for me to speak
The
to.
little guy holds up a hand. That is not what I asked.
You asked why I'm in here.
Yes, why did you manage to get in? How? What means? There is a reason, there is a servant on the door. Maybe it's malfunctioning, and he grumbles to himself and starts pushing himself up.
Well, apologies for the bother. I'll take my leave.
He kind of like narrows his eyes at you. Who let you in? He finally asks.
A friend of mine, the cook.
Blasted that dwarf. And he just trudges out of his office and just like blah, blah, and it's grumbling all the way.
Could have just blamed the robot.
Last thing I need is the ire of enchanters.
And now you're gonna have the ire of the dwarf.
Sorry. Oh God.
Arson. No, we need to save that for the government, Kurt. That's like a one that you got to make good use of your license.
Also, I'll be honest, Kurt's job as a cook, Caladril may or may not find not very important, considering we're about to leave.
You won't like it once he poisons your food. Anyway, so the little gnome eventually makes his way into the kitchen and just starts banging his staff into the ground. You there, dwarf!
Ah, yes?
Did you let some ruffians into this place?
Oh no, I think the thing malfunctioned by the door.
Roll persuasion.
You got me into trouble. Oh, persuasion, my best skill of +0.
Oh no! His insight was only an 8. He still made it over you. His eyes narrow. You allowed unauthorized people into this guild house. How dare you?
Well, to be fair, I didn't really get any instruction. I'm not the doorman, I'm the chef.
Exactly. You shouldn't be letting people in.
Well,
What?
I mean, they walked in behind me, so I'm not a doorman. Not my job.
Roll persuasion again. His expression softens a bit. I see. Well, I will be banning them from this house. Anytime that they are seen anywhere near the grounds, they will be summarily escorted away.
Once again, that's not my job.
I know, that's not your job. And he gives a little bit of a smile. And he moves off.
Do you need a
Meanwhile,
sandwich?
a sandwich would be nice. Thank you. Bring one to my office.
I'll do it.
Meanwhile, Amunet and Caladriel, are you still in the guild hall, or did you leave?
We would have already left.
Okay, good. Where are you two headed?
Manette has not left.
Galadriel would have left.
I mean, she's just like I mean, if Caladriel just, I mean, she was just kind of sauntering out. She wasn't like beelining or anything. But yeah, she doesn't see that she's doing anything wrong, and Caladriel was the one that got yelled at. She baked this fucker a cake with Kurt. That's gotta count for something, right? I don't know. So she might be. Sure, she's still in there, I guess, just waiting.
Alright.
Sir Lancelot would be there too, because he's not gonna leave her
So
alone.
Lancelot has been very quiet. So okay, so that's the people that are currently in the guild house. So
Kurt makes a sandwich and adding big watch.
oh no.
Oh, good.
Why would you do that?
Why not is the proper.
Because
So,
don't involve me. I make it worse.
As you start, carrying the sandwich towards the office, you suddenly see several of the large bruiser types rushing past you on their track, eyes glowing red.
They're going rushing past me. What if I stand on the track?
Is that what you wish to do?
I kind of like I do this thing where like I'm like, oh, I'm going left, right, no, left, right. And like then I realize they're on the track and I'm in the way. I'm like, shit, and then I'm in the way.
Dexterity saving throw. Oh, so just at the last second when it's about to hit you because it is not slowing down, you maneuver. Yeah, you jump out of the way and manage to keep the sandwich safe.
I jump up into the air and do a split, and they all go under.
A Van Damme split, nice.
Yes.
Wow, who knew this?
And then I catch the sandwich.
Who knew that the friggin' dwarf was that flexible?
And the Kurt like looks around and is like, no one is ever around to see.
Amunet and Sir Lancelot, what room are you currently in?
I'm guessing like the waiting room that they were in that's next to the kitchen, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the three mechanicals just rush into. The eyes glowing red, and it seems like their arms are lifted up and reaching towards you, Amunet.
I don't want to hug.
There's just... you're gonna attack?
It's coming aggressively at us. I'm attacking it. He's a protector. That's his response. That's the
Make your attack roll. I'm waiting for the attack roll.
I clicked on it. I'm just waiting for it to actually. There it
Okay.
goes. That's a natural.
Yep. So you just miss them as the three of them all attempt to grapple Amunet. Roll your counter grapple, Amunet.
Contested athletics, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh wait, hold on. That's not right. I have the wrong one open. Hold on. 2.0. There we go.
Yeah. Two of them managed to reach out and grab you.
Excuse me.
The third
I
just
am not
misses.
doing anything wrong.
They
Get your hands off me.
Their eyes are just flashing, and there's this weird symbol on it that basically looks like the X symbol, which sort of thing, the equivalent thereof. And they carry you out the three of them. Well, two of them are actually holding you. The third one is just kind of trailing. Carry you towards the front door.
Can I attempt to stop them from doing this?
Sure.
Let's see if I have something that can counteract this.
Can I
Hold on one second.
push them off the track?
Make a unarmed attack roll.
Can I use a crowbar?
Do you have a crowbar currently in hand?
I
So I believe you have a
crowbar.
sun's sword.
Can I jab the sun sword into the track? It's a
You can
little
certainly
rigging
try.
blade.
Okay. Yeah.
So I will just jab it into the track, try to break the track.
All right. You hear a squealing noise. Roll a 1d3.
All right. Let's see.
All right. You actually managed to run up to the first one as it's carrying Aminette, jab your blade down, and just scrooge, and it continues to hold on to her as the other two kind of smash in there to behind. Roll a 1d4, please, Aminette.
After this, can I make an action, please?
Sure.
Once Lancelot's done.
You take 2 points of basically crushing damage as the other two are rebounding off of you.
Are you done, Lancelot?
Yeah, he's basically trying to stop him from taking you.
Yeah. Amanette's going to say, Lancelot, head towards the door, cover your eyes. She's going to grab something out of her bag, and I need the one that's holding on to her to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Put her off then. Take that sword with him.
Okay. Done.
DC 14.
He failed it. It failed it. What's the damage?
There is no damage. She pulls out a vial of gibbering mather sample that she distilled and that is blinded.
Okay. It's still holding on to you then.
Yeah. Hold on.
And there's still the one directly behind you that's also holding on to you.
Well, it explodes. Hold on. Let me read the thing real quick. Hold on. I had it and then it is being an ass. Okay. Actually, I need all of the other two to make dex saves as well. It's within 15 feet. I will post it in chat. Hold on one second. And actually,
Would that also apply to you?
I mean, she's using it, so I would imagine that she's also shielding herself if she's warning Lancelot of it, and this is an object that she made. I mean, I can make a dex save if you want.
Okay. No, if you're covering your eyes on that.
She's just turning and smashing it on one of them.
Alright, they're all blinded, but they're still holding on to you.
Cool. And she's going to try to... Can she acrobatics her way out?
You can attempt to, yeah. Oh yeah, they're both still holding on to you.
Well, then I guess just take me to the door, then.
Can I charger them?
As you're doing that, Kurt and Clay, please roll perception checks.
Oh. Let's see. I see.
Oh,
Yeah.
apparently everyone sees.
So both of you are alerted to the fact that back towards the foyer sitting area near the front door, there is something going on that included whoosh, a little bit of grinding noise and what seemed like the slight noise of a firework exploding far away, like the sparkly noise.
Okay.
What do you do?
What do I see the other students do?
The other person in the room with you currently looks up and looks around as well. What was that?
I have no idea. Should we go check it out?
Sure. And the gnome puts down his book and heads for the door.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself and head through the door as well, because commotion is never a good thing. I might
Kurt?
as well.
Kurt, what about you?
I have this sandwich to deliver. And it is still fresh.
Never put a good sandwich to waste. Never.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go deliver the sandwich. How far away is this office anyway?
You pass by Clay and the other gnome student on your way in there.
Sup?
The the gnome head of the guild didn't seem to hear the sound. He seems to be busy with some paperwork.
Here's your sandwich.
Ah, thank you. And he just kind of indicates his face in his desk for you to put it.
No, place is down. Well, I'm back off to the kitchen. Gonna prepare for any snacks the students are gonna have.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Thank you.
Kind of leaves.
Meanwhile,
Oh no.
Sir Lancelot, what are you doing?
Uh,
Hi, Lyra.
basically he's gonna try to keep breaking them because he doesn't know what's going on. He thinks they're malfunctioning, to be fair.
You're attacking the one in the lead?
Yeah. So we're gonna click that. He's gonna go full round of attacks, basically.
Okay.
So 2 attacks.
Ooh.
And it is two-handed,
It
so he does
shatters.
not use a shield.
It shatters, and suddenly, I mean, it's only being held by one of them now.
Aminette will say, "Fuck this."
As they're pulling you, once again, without the obstruction from the first one, the second one pulls past where the first one was, still carrying you, and is heading right for the door. What's your response, Aminette?
Fuck this. Can she get out her crossbows?
You should be able to. It's just holding you.
Perfect. 2 crossbow bolts, 1 in each shoulder joint. Bonus action, she'll activate lightning.
Oh. That's shocking.
Okay, so left arm, lightning.
Ooh.
Right arm. Oh, for some reason I don't have it in here as a regular crossbow, so the second shot do not take the lightning damage.
Okay.
Because she doesn't have the second one activated. So just 8 points of piercing.
So all of a sudden, the second robot thingy drops its arms as it seems to dance in place, letting you go. I mean it.
Thanks, Lancelot. I don't see why that was warranted.
They're malfunctioning.
Well, Keldor was asking something and he left. I was just sitting here waiting, just hanging out. I know Kurt was working here, but decided to be forceful with me. Fuck this place. Let's leave.
Do I walk past them on the way back to the kitchen?
I imagine so. And you see that you walked past Clay and the gnome as well, who are probably standing there looking at this.
Why? Have they had a reaction yet? Sorry, did I miss that?
What?
Have Clay and the student reacted?
No, I'm waiting for Clay.
Yeah. Yeah, what? So he's just stopping the robot? Is he still stopping the robots?
There's still one left.
Wait, I just go like, why are we're fighting the robots, right? If I'm correct.
You have no idea what they're doing. They seem to be breaking the headmaster's property.
Can you guys not do that? I don't think.
They're malfunctioning.
Yeah, why don't you fix your fucking robots, Clay?
I'm learning how to, but I can't with this commotion.
Well, apparently you need to, I don't know, learn better and deal with your distractions properly.
The gnome looks at you, especially as the remaining robot is reaching for you again, Amina, and says, "But that's the symbol of band up on their heads. They're throwing you out."
I literally did nothing. I'm leaving. Bye.
That's what the robots want. Bye.
They didn't have to grab me. You could just ask nicely.
They broke the third robot.
She just leaves.
Kurt just looks at the mess and go, "Not my job." Walks into the kitchen.
I look at you.
Very bad at making robots.
Yep.
Get out. This is gonna be my fault again. I can already feel it.
No, it's your masters for making bad, malfunctioning robots.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Apparently not very smart.
I think my fellow student just told you they weren't malfunctioning.
Why would they ban someone that does not need to be banned?
Why would you?
That's up for the headmaster to decide.
Yeah, that's not for you to decide. She would have been banned for one reason or another, or maybe he doesn't want people in here who aren't supposed to be in here. Maybe you should knock next time.
Turn around. You automatically assume that I'm gonna fuck things up and ruin something. Thanks,
I mean,
Clay. Keeps walking.
To be fair, you kind of are.
You, if you want.
I just made statements about what I saw. That's not an assumption.
Does anyone here want more sandwich? Clay, can
No!
you ask with other students? I'm not talking to you. I'm not working for you.
It's a Kurt sandwich. I'm good. I have some rations. I'm good, Kurt.
Why
didn't say it's a
you
good
eat
sentence.
Kurt's food?
Personal reasons. I'm allergic to dwarf hair, and I don't know if I want to risk it. You know.
Oh, that's a serious affliction.
Yeah, I know.
The dwarf goes over to Kurt. I wouldn't mind a sandwich.
Yeah, all right. Hold on.
The gnome, sorry, not dwarf. The gnome goes over to Kurt.
What do you want?
You said you had a sandwich?
Yeah, but what kind?
Well, what kind are you serving?
Oh, many. You want cheese, ham, tomato salad,
That sounds nice.
mushroom,
What kind of mushroom?
special. Do you want a special?
What's the special?
That's a special one.
The kid's starting to look very confused.
Normal or special? It's an easy choice, kid.
The kid is now backing up from you, looking very confused.
Normal or special?
The gnome is continuing to back away. Back.
Clay, back me up.
Back.
I just look at the gnome and I'm like, don't. I'm giving him like a face, like shaking my head left to right, like don't.
What?
I'm going back.
Headmaster's having one of the sandwiches right now.
That's good for him. I'm gonna go study now after this commotion and hope it doesn't.
Don't be late for dinner.
Thank you. I'm gonna go back and study. I'm going to study because I need to learn. Yeah.
In spite of the best efforts of your group.
to what? Break in and destroy a robot? I know nothing. I just know there was a commotion. I come downstairs. I see them beating up the robots of the person who's trying to teach me stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going back to study. I can't deal with this right now. I have no idea what's going on, so I'm just gonna go back to my books. I need to learn at least the basics, or I'm gonna have to steal some books. Either one of those two. But for now, let's stay legal.
All right.
For the disable as opposed to going for the kill.
Exactly.
Hello,
That
guys.
was my option.
Hello.
So-
I will not go and smack the headmaster.
So at some point, Char is probably gonna run back into the group, or at least these members of the group. Jet.
Yeah. I mean, Charles not gonna say anything as he approaches everyone else.
Oh,
Gonna-
real quick. Any word on our tail?
You've been out of you've been inside the building and no longer inside the mind of your familiar.
I know, but I can communicate telepathically with my familiar.
Yeah, roll perception check for your familiar then.
Okay. Normal this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, your familiar seems to be, well, not exactly asleep, but emulating asleep.
Mhm. Lost track of the tail. Keep an eye out.
Tail.
At this point, you notice that Char is now with you.
Yes. Apparently this town does not like outsiders, and apparently that guildmaster is an asshole.
So what did I miss?
A lot, but I don't feel like we can talk about it here. I don't trust this area.
Oh, I don't trust this place either.
Mm-mm.
Not the things I've heard.
Yeah, same. Maybe we make way back to the hotel. Those two will end up coming back.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Talk. Okay.
Then we
Make-
can talk.
Yeah, and we'll go back to the hotel. And we'll make our way up to like a community room. Get everybody together, except for the two that aren't obviously there, because I'm not going to wait for them because I don't know how long they're going to be.
Holly, Volt, sorry, not Volt. Holly, Kage, and Gristrap are all there as well. Gristrap seems to have slightly newer clothes at this point.
What was that, Lancelot?
Can you have your friend outside and make sure no one listens?
Yeah, do we have any way of making sure that there aren't prying ears or eyes here either? Does anybody have any magics in their wheelhouse?
Well, there's always a detect magic spell.
I can detect magic, but that would be to avoid someone listening to be to catch prying ears before we begin speaking.
Yeah, well, I think it's the room looks like it's fairly secure. I don't see any open windows. I don't see anything in the floor that looks like a gap that voices can travel through. I don't see anything with a door. I think we're relatively secure here.
But we just need to be on our guard. Apparently there was a tail on the roads.
Yes. Caladril, if you wouldn't mind just going to do a quick detect magic, because that lasts a little bit of time, correct?
Yes, it does.
Okay, just to make sure there are things that we can't see.
I can maintain it for just around 10 minutes. It'll take me a few
Perfect.
minutes to get it up, though.
Perfect. We
And
will
I'll go ahead
wait. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and flip open my book, and my eyes kind of glow as I begin reading over my pages.
We're in a far deeper than we think than we expected coming here. I think all precautions, we need to take them.
Is there trouble?
Yes. And that's all she'll say until the spell's cast.
Holly is just kind of wringing her hands. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't think things had shifted that much in this amount of years. What's going on? The goblin woman asks.
So hold his hand up. Like, wait.
Yeah. Just a minute. All will be
Casting,
answered.
casting as a ritual, so it'll take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And 6 seconds.
So basically, without having to RP it out, small talk about bullshit for 10 minutes that have nothing to do with important stuff.
Grishup sits at the end of a at the end of a couch, just kind of waiting and waiting, just kind of nearly chewing on her fingernails. Holly, on the other hand, is really proficient in small talk and chats away with you. Kage tries to join in every once in a while, but he doesn't seem to be good at this small talk stuff.
Aminet's literally sitting there just saying nothing. She'll compliment Grizzdrop's new clothes and Celestial. She'll be like, nice shoes.
Grizzdrop smiles a bit. It's like, my first real pair. I mean, I've worn nothing, and I wore sandals for a while, but I've never had a pair of actual shoes before.
Gives a thumbs up.
Holly took me to a clothing store.
That's nice.
And after the 10 minutes...
Anything, Caladril?
Yeah, you don't see anything in this room that would indicate that there's any sort of magical listening devices.
Okay. We're clear, and for the next 10 minutes I can make sure of that.
What did you say, Lance?
Outside, so no one leaning against the door.
And just to confirm, we're talking in our room?
Yes. We're
Yeah.
gathered in a group room.
You're in the main suite, yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear what Lance said? Yeah.
Yeah,
Making
you
sure no
just
one
watch-
goes, like, listens through the door.
Yeah, so like having like your owl on outside, be like just watching it.
Yeah, though obviously an owl draws a bit of attention.
It doesn't have to be sitting right outside our door.
Yeah. Does this place have any kind of, like, rafter that it can sit in just so it's not literally in the middle of the
Sadly, no. This is a very fine establishment. It's fairly
Okay.
new construction.
Is there a fancy, like, hall table with, like, some ferns on it or something? And maybe some flowers?
I imagine yes. Not ferns, but definitely flowers.
There you go.
Like a lovely little vase. Little gas lamp or something like that. And yes, the owl can sit right there.
Okay, I'll set him in there.
All right. Caladril, Lancelot, Phil, me. If I miss anything, please help. So the Violet Sharks. Is that what they're called? Let me double check that. I feel like that's right. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, thank you, Char. Maybe our information is similar. Violet Sharks basically bought their way into leadership here, used to run the black market. And now they basically have regulation on all commerce. Magic items, enchantments, everything. Also trade in and out of the port. Apparently ships have not left in over a month.
Which is going to make our travel difficult unless this is dealt with.
There's
Oh.
no way for us to leave.
Holly's eyes are going wide. Oh, this is definitely not good.
They are corrupt and extorting.
Yeah. Everything's overly taxed, regulated. I don't think the populace is happy with them. I'm actually more concerned now that Kurt, I'm not worried about, but I'm more concerned with Clay working for the Enchanters Guild, if I'm being honest. Regardless of what rude nature they might be in and how they handled me. Thank you again, Lancelot, for your assistance with that.
They did something after I left.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
These contraptions tried to attack her, so I attacked them back. Apparently, they were, according to one of the students, the headmaster apparently banned her, so they were moving us. So either A, they malfunctioned like I thought, and he didn't actually do it, or B, he's an asshole.
Could have just asked me to leave. But I'm concerned with Clay working there. If they are regulating magic and enchantments so highly, if they're going to teach somebody the skills to be able to do that, wouldn't you really keep close eyes on basically your property? And that leads me to another thing. Lancelot spotted somebody following us. Minor illusion again. The face of the guy who was tailing in her hand.
They keep close eyes on outsiders.
Constantly. So, more than likely, he followed us here.
He's probably waiting for us to leave. See if he needs to follow us again.
I feel like that was everything. Oh, I got stuff to make gunpowder. It'll take me a little bit testing and time, but I got all the ingredients to do so.
What?
What?
I was waiting for that.
Holly is now staring at you, and Kage is like, gunpowder? What? What's that?
Black. She wouldn't say gunpowder. She'd say black powder. Sorry. Apologies. Black powder.
What's black powder? He asks as Grisham says, "Oh, black powder. Oh, that's. I've seen that deep in the caves before. When some of the older goblins want to do some mining excavation."
Kurt wanted some explosives for going fishing, and apparently it's another one of the items that are heavily regulated. So, I found a loophole.
I think they are regulating anything that they feel that people can use against them.
Pretty much.
Including fine weaponry.
Yeah, anything above basic weapon. I mean, we did find this cool harpoon gun launcher thing. Kurt's got it. I have an extra harpoon, but he's got the launcher. But anything fancier than that, we ain't gonna find it here. But that's all we got. What'd you get, Char?
Pretty much the same. Except the regulating. I didn't get that part.
I fear the interest in 83 would be to closing their grip on this town. With an army of automatons like that, they could regulate whatever they want and no one could argue.
Exactly. And that's what they were.
Tyrant.
That's what they were originally for. An automated army.
Are we looking to deal with this now or once your friends come?
We can't. Good
I,
point.
Holly starts to speak up. Uh, really doing anything now before Megan and Volt get here would not be a good idea. We we need to rely on the sports. How they're finding us. It's the only place we can stay for now, and there's no real other easier way to get to Mistvale than from here.
We can't leave until we deal with this either, though.
I just don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, first off, I probably should check in with Megan and see where they are in their travels.
Good timing because I got to AFK real quick.
Second, what the hell are we gonna do here while we wait for a couple of weeks?
I mean,
If you're telling us, sorry, Char, what?
we could always just start planning on how to get access to a ship.
Access to a ship is not a problem. Leaving is the problem.
Nobody can leave the harbor.
Yeah, so we while we wait, we can start planning on figuring out a way to get out of the harbor. And
We can't.
what was that? So that's what?
As a knight, I cannot allow a tyrant.
Understandable. So we can figure out, we can start planning on how to get rid of the tyrant while we wait,
Holly holds
without
up
doing actions.
Holly holds up a hand and looks at Sir Lancelot. So they used an army to take over the government here?
They bought their vote, essentially.
Then
They were voted in, but they
then
purchased everyone's allegiance.
Technically, Sir Lancelot, that's not a tyrant. That's not being a tyrant.
Not yet.
I'm just saying, is if your knight code specifically says tyranny, tyranny, that's not the definition of a tyrant. The definition of a tyrant is someone who, basically a conqueror, someone who comes in with an army and takes over by force.
But I agree, Lancelot. I think once they have this robotic army, I think Tyrant is not far behind.
But with this, I have a question that may decide how we proceed from here. Is the issue that we need to depose the people in power, or do we need to remove their funding so they can no longer buy the vote?
Truthfully, I think we need more information. That's my gut. But
Yes.
we can't, bottom line, we can't leave. We can't do our mission. We cannot leave this port. So we can plan, like you say, Char, get everything together. I think if we're going to do that, we have to be careful. How are we going to be able to charter a ship or of one that from a harbor nobody's been able to leave for over a month and tell them, oh, just you wait, something's going to happen? Or, I mean, not be dumb and say something like that, but it could draw attention, you know? But I agree we need a plan. Let's be honest. Do our plans really work out well?
No, but it's still good to come up with a sense of direction instead of going in blind.
I mean, figuring out where the leader is exactly.
We know where that is.
We do.
Oh.
You'll describe the building he was given and the kind of location is further inwards, but away from the docks, but near us.
And just to point out, I can get 4 of us in there pretty much over any wall.
And I can be a spider.
There's 5.
So we're doing a sneak mission, is what you're telling me.
Looks at armor.
Yeah, about that.
Lifts arm. Click, 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 click.
Ominate chuckles.
Do the hokey pokey and you shake it all about. That's what it's all about.
To the left. Scree!
I mean, okay, let's be real. I'm not opposed to this mission, but we have to do something about Lancelot's armor. I'm not opposed to it.
We could always attempt to find Mithril, but if they regulated that, best of luck.
Well, they said weapons. Maybe armor.
Anything of high quality, I imagine, is regulated.
Possibly.
Anything that could be
Once
used
your
for war.
populace able to, yes.
We don't know for I think all around more information is needed, but I like where your head is going, Caladrel. I like this. I think a little stealthy mission
I could.
seems fun.
I'm concerned with the tail, but I could. If I could get someone to join me, I could always wander the streets, use my magic to garner a bit of goodwill with those that have been downtrodden. See if they can provide us some information or at least a distraction when the time comes.
I can also draw attention.
Exactly.
I am a big bugbear, Tyrell. Hard to miss me.
Unfortunately. Good thing you have armor.
Good thing for me, bad thing for them.
Amina appears to be thinking. She may
Is she
hurt
doing that
herself.
Winnie the Pooh thing?
Huh?
Is she doing the Winnie the Pooh thing?
Yes.
Cross one arm, elbow.
Think. Tapping her forehead. Well, I do have this. Pulls out the crystal ball.
If we can find the name of the leader.
Oh no, that's not what I'm.
Do you require their name or do you have to see their face?
I just have to be familiar with them. I was thinking more of the. Well, we know where this. I can cast a spell through this and make a suggestion to the individual. Maybe that suggestion is to introduce us? I don't know. That's a bad idea, isn't it? That's a horrible idea. Never mind.
Actually,
Yeah, that would be
actually,
tipping our hat a bit too soon.
that gives me an idea.
I
Oh,
can do it once a day, though.
what's the idea?
Port official.
Port official.
If we can get you an audience with a high enough port official, worst case, if nothing works and we just need to leave in a, I'm not going to say diplomatic, in a more persuasive manner, you might be able to do that to convince some authority to give us permission to leave.
That's true.
That still leaves the issue of the heavy regulation and the stranglehold they have on the city.
Yeah.
And Lancelot,
Mm-hmm.
I understand that this is against your values, and feel free to say as such. But right now, with what's going on, is this a battle you need to fight, or is this something that can afford to wait until we have the time to deal with it and plan properly?
I do not view as going in now would be a good idea.
So it can wait, but you will not forget this town.
I will not forget this town, no. But can we even leave this town without it?
Exactly. but we have ideas, and we can branch out from there.
Let's see how much time we have. Let me check in with Megan.
Okay.
Let's just see where we're going, because she wasn't sure how quick they were running. So check in with her, and we'll go from there. But well, this is going to be harder than we thought it was going to be. It's fine. Aminette will pull out the crystal ball, sit down, and talk to Megan if Megan lets her.
All right. So, as you focus on the crystal ball and focus on Megan, you feel yourself pulled into a scene of trudging through wilderness. No road, no city, no town around, no carts, no wagons, just the wilderness of Megan and Volt walking along, just kind of trying to make their way through this tall, not tall grass, sorry, this more like somewhat swampy area. You see what looks like the beginnings of mountains in the distance that they seem to be heading towards.
Because she can talk through the item and hear through the item. She can communicate. So to Megan in a whisper, just in case they're trying to be stealthy, not to break stealth, she will say, "Last time I saw y'all were in a carriage. Now you're on foot. Something happened."
And you see her pause for a moment and signals towards Volt, and he stops, and she kind of like puts a hand and kind of leans over. Emunette, that you again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we couldn't get over the border of Exeter. There seems to be an army of goblinoids massing out there. They don't. I'm not sure if they're ready to attack on Exeter or if they're just capturing anybody that attempts to traverse that road. But we had to get off.
Oh my.
Okay. We're heading towards the Felderbrant Mountains. There's hopefully some more safety in there, and hopefully we can use that to get around.
Felderbrant Mountains. Okay.
Felderbrant Mountains, yeah.
Feldervart?
Bert, actually.
Okay. B-E-R-T?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, we've gotten into a situation here. Nothing problematic yet, but apparently the city is taken over by some organized group called the Violet Sharks, and they have control over the city's commerce, trade, and no ships are leaving the port.
Oh, crap. No ships leaving the port? Ugh.
Nah. So we're
looks
stuck.
Like we're gonna have to think of something.
Yeah, so we're going to take the next couple of... I was checking in to see how far out you think you are, because we're not going to be...
No idea. We're near the southeastern end of the Felderbrant Mountains.
Southeastern end. That's
on the western edge of Exeter.
Western edge of it. So she's not super familiar with this area, and even if she was, she probably doesn't remember. Would she guesstimate that we're talking days here or weeks?
Roll a intelligence check.
Okay.
That's starting to sound like potentially weeks if they've had to leave the road and are trying to make
this
stealthy
that's what I'm
way
thinking.
around the goblin.
So are we talking
area.
weeks or months here? Actually, I guess.
Well, months are 90. There's 4 months, and each month is like 90 days long. So.
Okay. So with the 15, she probably thinks like a few weeks.
Maybe, and each week is 10 days.
Yeah. So a few weeks. Okay. How about this? I'll make it a habit of checking in with you every day. Make sure you and Volt are safe. We will gather as much information here. Have you, either of you, heard of the Violet Sharks? Know anything about them by chance? Anywhere else in your travels?
Nah, but to be fair, neither Volt nor myself have done much traveling. We've just never been outside Zaladin before we got pulled into the Underdark.
Fair.
The one who probably would knows, if anybody knows, it would be Holly. I mean, she's been on this route before.
Yeah, I can try to ask her again, but I think we've gotten all the information that we can about them, and it wasn't a whole lot, but I can ask again in case I missed something. All right, well, stay safe. And we will be here. I will let you know that one of the things that they're regulating is magic items and stuff. So if you've got anything on you when you approach the city, I would hide it.
Well, we'll see what we can do. Thanks for the warning.
Not a problem. And she will phase back out.
Avianet's eyes come back to their normal shade.
Fucking balls.
What?
Something wrong? Something happened to my brother? Kage immediately comes over to you.
They're safe, but they had to get off the road because of the goblinoid army that's heading towards Exodar. Or they couldn't get over the border, basically, because of the army. So they had to find a different route. So they're on foot right now, trudging through marsh, it looked like. They're in the southeastern point of the Felderbert Mountains, along the western edge of Exodar.
That's pretty far away.
It's gonna be weeks before they're gonna be here.
Holly kind of nods. Yeah.
By the way, Megan seemed to think that you might have a little bit of information regarding the Violet Sharks, Holly. Anything you would like to divulge?
She sits back and thinks, and after a minute she shakes her head. No, I can't seem to recall ever running into any organization called the Violet Sharks, I'm afraid.
Does it help if I let you know that they used to be pirates?
And eyes start turning towards Char.
You could have let that.
That would have been good information.
I forgot about that part. Just
Okay, got it.
talking about what they reminded me that, oh right, they're pirates.
Well, do you know anything about their leaders?
No. Just that they're pirates.
Good to know.
Well, used to be pirates.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a predicament. And we've got time to plan.
We have a corrupt government to overthrow and nothing but time to plan it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a few weeks.
Few weeks is a long time.
Yep, it is. And that's if nothing bad happens as well. So I'm also made it Kage and for everybody just to calm your minds. I told Megan and Volt I would check in with them every night.
Kage
Make
nods.
sure that they were safe. They seem to be fine.
It's still the longest I've been away from my brother. Just kind of shakes his head and then runs a hand back through his long hair.
They're a tough bunch. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, no, wait. He wouldn't have said this is the longest I've been away from my brother because he wasn't in prison with his brother. It's like, ever since he got captured by the drow, this is. I just don't really want to be away from him this long, you know? I was afraid that he was dead.
Well, I promise to check in on him every night. And if something happens or if they're in trouble,
Alright.
figure it out then. All right.
So,
Now,
down to activities for a few days? Shall we reconvene the rest of the group and discuss this out of character?
sure.
Yeah.
I know what number 1 is.
What was that, Aminette?
Number 1, how to make the bugbear not jingle jangle all the way.
God.
We could paint him red and attach cotton to him.
Santa? You're gonna be Phaedra's patron. Phaedra's patron is actually Lancelot in a Santa suit. Got it.
No.
Canon.
No.
Wait, we need
No.
cannon?
No.
Canon.
I already made canon what Santa came from.
Oh,
I still want a cannon.
I still want a canon. All right. I guess we wait till these. Or are we talking out of character? We wait until these two.
We're talking out of character because you have some downtime to consider.
Okay. So for, I guess out of character for Kurt and Quentin, since you weren't in the other room, Megan and Volt are at least 3 weeks out. They had to get off the carriage, and they are on foot in the mountains. On the edge of the mountains.
Lol, sucks to be dumb.
Oh, easy. I know what I'm doing for the next 3 weeks.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you know you don't. Actually, you need to kind of listen in.
You're gonna be needed.
Well,
I mean,
Y'all are working for pirates, by the way.
I don't care.
Good to
Right.
know.
Kurt is probably gonna have a lot of free time here, but he's probably about to be fired.
That's right. I need to make a roll to see if the guy even noticed.
What?
No, he didn't. He did not notice that he grew big.
So he went from small to medium.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I just look at Kurt and I give you a look of like, you just got into trouble. Why are you digging deeper?
He just has no emotion on his face, but 2 thumbs comes out of nowhere. Like, yes, I did it.
So
I'm going back to sleep.
So let's start with the next day after this.
Chris?
Yes?
Too close to your mic.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with the next day after this.
Okay.
What are each of you doing?
Unless I'm stopped in the morning at the tavern, I'm going back to learn.
Aminette's gonna stop Clay for a second before he leaves.
Hey, Aminette. I'm sorry about what happened yesterday, but
No. This has nothing to do with that. You're fine.
okay.
Actually, she'd stop both of Kurt and them.
You know I might be late to my lesson, right?
Okay, listen. I don't give a shit if you're fucking late. Do you realize that if they're going to be regulating magic and magical trade and magical items, if you're one of the people that's making these magical items, don't you think they might regulate you at some point?
At some point. I'm not that easy to regulate.
Really?
Yeah.
Fine.
Look,
You think you're some... I'm just saying...
look.
Don't-
I just want to learn. As soon as I learn the basics, I'm out of there. But until then, like, how long are we waiting on those other two anyway?
Probably 3 weeks. Could be longer. I don't know.
Yeah, it means I have 3 weeks to study.
And they have 3 weeks to do something to you to rope you in where you can't leave.
What are they gonna do? Unless they physically shackle me.
Yeah. Or magically shackle you.
Nah. Why are you so worried? I don't think he thinks I'm
You're
worth that
literally
much.
working for pirates. They're not known for their moral scruples.
Yeah,
Neither are wizards, which makes them doubly scary.
Actually, you're right. I shouldn't care so much. Do what you want. I'm
I'm
just
just-
giving you a warning.
you do know I don't have the cleanest of slates either, right?
I don't care about your slate. We have a mission, and if you're not going to be able to be here to help with the mission because you're trapped in some fucking dungeon slaving away making magical items, you're not going to be able to help us.
True. But
I'm just saying, don't be dumb.
I won't. I'm relatively smart, I'd say. I'll be fine. I'll get out of there before things get too hairy. Don't worry.
And that was the last we ever saw of Clay.
Amunet will turn to Kurt. Kurt,
Oh,
they give you any shit, burn it down, okay?
He still has the license to arson. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
right, yeah. He didn't notice that he was about 3 feet taller yesterday.
Not the brightest, apparently.
No, no one else
We
there
expect
to
that,
tell.
Robust.
No one else there to point it out either. I mean, they must really look up. to him.
Actually,
Clay, you actually overheard a few of the other students whispering about it, but no one addressed him directly.
I just thought of a terrifying idea.
What's that?
Grains of sodium glued together in a little cube. Bring someone their tea with a sugar cube. Boom. Ignition.
Hey.
Hey.
TNT.
Oh my god.
Time to go to class.
As Clay walks off, Amunet's going to... does Kurt follow Clay to head off?
I got work to do.
Amunet will just like grab his arm real quick, and while Clay's walking off, she'll bend down and give him a hug. Just be safe, please.
Don't get shackled magically or otherwise.
And then she'll just stand up.
Right, yeah, sure, they'll manage to.
And if they
Hold
try
me
to
down.
hit him with your ditch rag,
I hope that too. I carry a big hammer on my back and I can hit pretty hard. And those little frail things they have on rails don't really bother me.
Yeah, Lancelot did a number on him. Just
Besides, today I'm gonna start bending with some of those rails leading into the kitchen so that they can't get and enter anymore.
nice.
If he wasn't planning on murdering me yet, you guys are gonna convince him to do so.
What? The chef doesn't want to be disturbed.
Mm-hmm. Amunet just smiles. Give him hell, Kurt. Yeah.
Kurt is just gonna be a problem employee.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all. That's
malicious
all
compliance
Amunet
out the
did
ass.
before they left.
So, Caladriel, what are you doing then? Sorry, Sir Lancelot, what are you doing? You're on top. I should ask you first. For the next day.
Next day.
So let's get day one in the waiting time.
Probably just helping with what anybody else anybody needs, and to be honest.
Okay, Caladriel, then what are you doing?
Being guard.
since I have time now, I'll go between the general store and the where can't remember what it was called out of character, but where Amunet went to get sulfur and the like, and see if there's any kind of ingredients that I might be able to. Herbalist, thank you, to salvage together potions. mainly healing, but a
Yeah,
couple of more
it's
intricate.
possible to find healing potion equipment in there. So you basically get 25 gold's worth of spending to get the everything you need to make a healing potion, which is basically half price, but you still need to put in the work.
I'll buy enough for 3.
Okay. So that's like the equivalent of 1.5 healing potions. In terms of price, I believe a healing potion is 50 gold, so that'd be 25 gold. That would be 75 gold altogether.
Cool. And I'd like to just get some general ingredients to try and salvage something a little more interesting. No clue what, but he'll tinker with it as he has time.
All right. Roll a 1d100.
Okay. Right in the middle.
So you end up spending 50 gold on random herbalist / alchemical ingredients.
Okay.
And what about you, Char? What are you up to for day 1?
Day 1, probably just more information gatherings.
Okay. Roll
Mostly centered around where Amunet said that their main base was.
All right. Roll an investigation check.
It was Dan set up, not me.
Oh, I don't know who said it.
Okay. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, on this first day of going out to explore, after finding out how potentially what's been going on around here, you go out on information gathering, and happen to find a nearby tavern to the Capitol building, which looks like a big gaudy mansion from the outside at this point. Like, there's a bunch of government offices in the bottom, and apparently the top, which is almost tower-like in its construction, seems to be fairly new and seems to belong to whoever's in charge here. And you go to a tavern and you just hang around. It looks like mostly there's a lot of Finn guards in here. And you happen to overhear something that may or may not make your blood boil or skin run. Basically, something that chills you to the bone, potentially. Because I know you as a player, and I don't think you're gonna like this. You still with me?
Yeah. Just waiting to hear
You overhear that the head of the Violet Sharks is a beholder named Stubbs. The current Chancellor of Oran is a freaking beholder.
How... Oh. If this task wasn't hard enough as it is,
Sorry.
a beholder.
You met the DC after calling out what exactly you were searching on, so.
What was his name? What was he called again? Stubbs?
It's a beholder named Stubbs. So, Chancellor Stubbs.
Chancellor Stubbs. If he wasn't a beholder, this would actually be extremely funny.
It's still extremely funny, but it's also a beholder.
Oh my god. Okay. Also, just for some knowledge, the tower, the tower that's recently built. How long do I think it would take for Spider-Me to be able to climb onto it?
All the way up to the top?
Yeah.
Given its size and your spider and potential hazards, at least all day to climb up to the top of it.
So, not possible. Yeah.
It's not impossible, it's just very tricky, and there's always the possibility of falling, of being snatched by a bird, of all sorts of little things.
Well, all day, I can't be a spider all day.
Okay.
So technically impossible.
Yeah, at this point.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna bring you back to the rest of the group. Don't spoil
Yeah.
it until you gather together for information. Gathering, please. All right, Amunet, you're up.
I love it now.
Run!
It also lets me fake magic items. So
Amunet.
So I go to the nearest person that threatens me and shoot him twice in the eyes. No, I'm just kidding. I would like to give Caladriel a heads up first before I just straight do this. Amanet's going to be like, so you said you were going shopping later?
Yes. I have time, so I'm going to go ahead and look for some supplies.
You'll more than likely have a tail, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, no, you'll have two now. I'm going to be following you invisibly, and I'm going to try to tail the tail. See where it goes.
All right. Just out of curiosity, if my familiar's on your shoulder, will she be invisible as well?
No.
Yeah, I don't. Well, it says anything the target is wearing or carrying.
Oh,
but it's anything. I don't know if that counts as a familiar, though.
Yeah, since it's not your familiar, I don't think the invisibility is going to extend to you. To it, sorry. So, roll perception checks. And someone keeps typing in the background. I keep hearing it.
Let's see. Perception. That is not perception. There we go. Natural 20, motherfuckers. It's only 22, though.
Yeah. Yeah, so you gaze around invisibly and don't spot the tail this day. Yeah. It's possible they're following another member of your group. Or other members.
Nobody's left.
You're not the only ones who left. Remember, Clay left, Kurt left.
Oh, but I
Fluffy
figured, okay.
is likely with you guys. Char left, unless he followed Char. Who knows? Who knows which of your group the tail might be following, or maybe they only followed you that first day. You don't know. At some point, Grishdrop and Holly left, along with Grishdrop, Holly, and Kage all left. Because, they're not going to stay cooped up in the hotel the entire time. So
then,
what else do you wish to do that day? Do you have any other plans for for day one? So you basically spend spend the morning not seeing anybody following Caladriel as he goes shopping.
It's also something you could ask me to do.
Huh?
It's also something you could ask me to do, like if you want me to go shopping for you at all while you maintain your cover.
Yeah, no, I don't think she needs anything right now. She got everything. I can't think of anything that she would need because we haven't really come up with a game plan for anything further.
What time of day are you spying on Meg? Or are you looking in on Megan?
I figured before bed.
Okay.
Okay, so if there's nothing with the tail, then she'll staying in the vicinity of Caladriel just to make sure that nothing happens, no one fucking goes and takes him or anything like that. She'll keep her ears open for any conversation regarding discourse about the violet sharks, which is probably not going to be very much if they have ears everywhere. But
where do you plan on going, and roll investigation? Alright. Yeah, you don't really hear too much information about them, regardless of where you might end up.
Then she will walk by the Enchanters Guild invisibly and give them the finger and walk back to the hotel.
Okay. So everyone gathers back at the evening to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Jed, are you drunk?
Odd or evens?
Odds.
That's odd.
Yes.
Yeah, a visibly inebriated Char comes wandering in.
Oh, look, a drunk druid.
Hey guys, how are yous? Did I miss anything?
Apparently we missed something. Where the fuck you been?
A tavern.
Obviously, what are you doing there?
Are we in our room?
Yes, you guys are back in the
Yeah.
suite.
Just information gathering.
At the bottom of a tankard.
Listen, the information I gathered required more drink.
Alright. What'd you get?
From what I've heard, the leader of the Violet Sharks is a beholder named Stubbs.
That makes it interesting.
The three NPCs who were busy putting together, basically carry out a room service or whatever, basically food they got brought in from elsewhere, on the table in the suite, all stop what they're doing and look over at you, Char. Beholder?
Yes.
I don't know what this is.
Roll an Arcana check, please.
I don't know if Amunet would either. I'm gonna follow suit.
Amunet, you know what a beholder is.
Oh wait, hold on. This is literally something that Kurt would know about. Beholders are home in the Underdark.
Yeah, they're aberration. They're aberrations. So yeah.
Yep. And Kurt, favorite anime.
Oh, shit.
What a coincidence.
Kurt's on board.
Hey, Briss.
Should I roll?
No, since you have aberrations as a favorite anime, I am gonna say that you probably know about beholders.
Oh yeah, flying things, big eye and eye stalks, sharp teeth,
Gives drop shivers.
screams
I
out
call those-
maddening words whilst they fly through.
I call those eyeballs.
Balls?
Balls.
They're like
Balls?
a big ball of eyes.
Oh yeah. Haven't eaten one.
I
Of
ain't
course
eaten one
that's where-
either.
Of course, that's where your mind goes straight away.
Well, I mean, why not?
With what I've heard about them, I'm sure it'll taste like chicken, and then it'll taste like this and that. I ain't touching.
No, I think their meat is much more dry. Stringy, rather.
Okay. So now we've got a group of pirates
Whose
That are-
leader is the beholder.
whose leader is a beholder who've taken over a port.
Town.
So where's the
Town.
beholder?
Port town.
Town.
They technically own this area, which is a
Yeah.
port town.
Where is beholder?
What?
Where is he?
Probably in the tower that's recently built in where you on where their bases? Probably. I have no idea.
Right. So, should we go need to Boulder? Let's go.
I gotta go check in on Megan. Let's not go running into Kill a Beholder. It's already late, Kurt.
Yeah, let's not destabilize this thing any further right now.
Oh no, we're gonna destabilize the fuck out of this thing. I'm just saying we should probably sleep. That's all.
We should probably have everyone here.
By the
I
way,
want him sober, points at Char. I am tapped and exhausted magically. Because she probably used all of her invisibility today.
Shouldn't we
Yeah.
wait until we're almost ready to leave to do this as well? Just in case it backfires.
You just
Yeah.
want us to wait so you can have more fucking knowledge from your Enchanters Guild.
Look,
to be fair, he's, just trying to learn.
I know. I'm just saying, be honest.
no, I'm saying this. I mean, you make a good point. I do want more time to study, but also if we do it and we fail, we will be hiding here for 2 weeks.
I mean, he makes a good point.
It is a good point, but when has that ever stopped us?
Probably
When this is
never.
also
Kage points
our
out.
meeting area for everyone, for the others.
We need more information. We should probably stake out the place that this beholder is. I mean, yes, you say it's a tower chart. I'm sorry, Kurt.
Listen. So these, what are they called? Purple sharks?
Violet sharks.
Violets. Sorry, I'm colorblind. I'm not. So they're all pirates. Generally conceive that as bad people.
They steal.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Pillage.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it depends on what kind of pirates they are, to be honest. Because they're pirates that...
Well, why don't we just go and nab one or two of them and make them talk?
Exactly. More information is needed. That's what I was going to say.
You do know they will know something is up if you kidnap 2 of them, right?
Yeah, and they will probably stay out of the situation if 5 or 15 or 20 of them go missing.
Well, I could try to... I need to check in on Megan.
Yes, do that first, please.
I can also check in on the tail that I know that we had yesterday. There apparently wasn't a tail today. I'm curious if the tail went with you, Char.
Oh, good.
So
really
there's
do
that.
Nothing too interesting.
Yeah, but that's a good point. You were able to get that information from just any old pub, or was this something? Is this a pub frequented by the Sharks?
Frequented by the shark.
What was the name of that pub?
What was the name of that pub, Chris?
Oh, sorry.
What was the name of?
Let's see. That
The
particular.
Green Vial.
No. That particular pub would probably be the Rocking Seahorse.
The Rocking Seahorse.
Well, I'm gonna go and have a drinking game.
I am going to pass. Didn't work out too well for me last time.
I'm just gonna keep tinkering away with my potions. Also, Grizz,
Yes?
would you say with only those that quick stop for me, I would have had time to try to brew something up today, or would I have to wait till tomorrow?
You'd probably have to wait till tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Though, actually, if I could, Caldro would eat real quick, and then he'd go sequester himself up in the room and get things started. Just try to keep from idle hands.
Char's gonna have an early night.
and a hangover in the morning.
Char, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Godspeed, Char.
You pass out face down on the couch before dinner's even served by the others.
Aw, you don't even get drunchies.
As I said, an early night.
Oh, poor Char.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
I'm
nothing
going to have an
short of
early. I'm gonna have an early night face plants.
Yeah.
Okay, so onto the to the scrying.
Yeah, so she's gonna scry in on Megan first, and then she's gonna scry on the tail second.
Okay, so you see Megan and you see Volt, and they're definitely in the mountains somewhere. It's like you see some more gnarled trees, but you definitely see like a lot more rocks and a lot more covering and things that seem to be inclining upwards. Because of where they're at, it's already full dark there.
Okay. Same thing. Always keeping voice down in a whisper. Not trying in case they're trying to be stealthy. She'll just be saying, "Hey, it's Aminette again. Checking in. How you doing?"
We're hanging in there. We're looking for a good place to camp for the night. Since neither of us have dark vision.
Oh, dear God.
My mother's a half elf, but was a half elf, but I didn't inherit her ability to see in the dark.
Oh man. Okay. Well, we found out the Violet Sharks are pirates. Their leader is a beholder.
What? A beholder?
Apparently named Stubbs. So we're going to formulate a plan. We don't know anything yet. But yeah. So that's all we got from today.
Well, I'd say wait until see what. I mean, I don't know when we're gonna get there, but I mean, if you execute a plan way too early, especially without us. I don't know. Or at least before we get. She kind of pauses again. I'm tired. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I think that many people are on the boat of waiting. I think we'll figure it out, but I think we'll wait. But I'll relay your thoughts to the group. But okay, I'm gonna go try to scry on our. We had a tail the other day that was following us. I'm gonna try to scry on them and see if I can get any information.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. And that's that. And then she'll scry on the guy. I think the DC is 15. I was just pulling out the book. Hold on. It's 15 or 17 and I can't remember. Let me check. Crystal ball.
Is that meet and succeed?
Meet it, beat it, I think is what we
Right.
do. Let me see.
Is that wisdom saving throw?
Suggestion. Sorry. DC 17.
Is that a wisdom saving throw or something else?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to pull up Player's Handbook to look up scrying. Hold on. Because it casts a scrying spell. I'll put this all in the... I'll put it in my notes. I forget to. Let's see. Scry. See.
It's not on your... I'm surprised it's not on your sheet.
No, it's not. Because it's on the fucking... It's... Well, here. I've got it right here. I'm not going to score. Let's see. Wisdom, yeah.
Okay. Alright. So, you see the guy sitting in a bar being served drinks by a goblin. Seems to be chatting, although it's really difficult to hear. There's like just a lot of people talking over each other from what you're getting through the scry. What do you wish to do?
What is he? He's just sitting there drinking?
He's sitting there drinking, yeah.
Okay. Is he sitting with anybody?
He's sitting at the bar. There are a couple other people around. He doesn't seem to be with them. The bartender just finished pouring him another drink.
Okay. Bartender was a goblin.
Mhm.
Goblin bartender. Any noticeable features about the bar or any other people? I mean, I know scrying is in the remote area of the individual, so
Yeah,
can she make out any details?
Sadly, no specific details. As far as you're concerned, it looks like any bar you've ever seen.
Okay.
The only feature was goblin server, or goblin bartender, or something like that. Goblin behind the bar.
Any noticeable Stein, basically, if that's all she can see.
No,
Or
it just looks like a typical, typical metal mug that people drink from.
Okay. She'll sit there for 10 minutes and try to listen to the conversation around.
Roll investigation. Yeah, you don't hear too much more than you've already learned about the situation. You basically just hear the name Stubbs occasionally. It's saying it's like Stubbs had that tower built. This whole gig has been pretty swell. Don't have to do too much in order to get money. All sorts of stuff like that. Nothing too specific though. Nothing plan shattering.
Cool. That's it.
Okay.
T.
All right. So with her scrying, it is time for me to get off here and go have dinner.
Yeah.
We have a quick question for you, though.
Yep.
All right.
Go on, Fluffy.
Slancer wouldn't even know anyways. About what this sword is.
We'll add a character, whether we know this or not in character. The possibility of an anti-magic field shining on Lancelot and Amunet and the like, would it affect their weapons?
Yes.
Because it says spells and other magical effects, except for those created by an artifact or a deity, are suppressed, but are not. Other than those ones, everything else is suppressed in the field.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know it right now.
Yeah.
Also, why not just have Lancelot go? I wish that Beholder was dead.
Because we don't know
He
that he has the power.
He doesn't think about that sort of thing.
No, I still
Well,
have.
I did. Oh yeah, I'll have time to identify your ring now, Lancelot.
Bye guys, I'm gonna have to go.
All right.
You did identify it.
Bye everyone.
We don't know what it is.